Welcome, if anyone's in the chat,
Yo.
back to another, welcome back to another live stream on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show. Tonight we'll be discussing season two, and we'll be joined by by two to three other guests real soon. Yes, tonight Valkyria has put his Ranger on, and with us is King Style tonight. Yeah,
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
yep,
Buongiorno. Hello, actually. But yes, I was looking up. So I was definitely looking up some of the White Ranger stuff because I remember when I was watching as a kid, he was my favorite, like the White Ranger. And when I started watching season two, and when he turned up, I was like, I remembered. Yes, he was my favorite. I actually liked it when he was there. So that's
Yeah,
why I definitely got the White Ranger profile up.
the White Ranger gear was probably
yep.
one of the best outfits in the series. I'm not gonna lie. Besides the
Mm-hmm.
villain outfits like Scorpina, because I'm not gonna lie, a beautiful woman in a gold outfit like that, you can't knock that, you know.
Well, yeah, like when she was in season one, that was it was actually quite good. Um, but yeah, the White Ranger's outfit was actually a lot better. His Zoid um was actually pretty cool, like the new one. I didn't mind the old green one. That was okay. It reminded me too much of Godzilla, but the lion and all that, yeah, that was interesting. The sword actually, when I started rewatching it again, kind of threw me off. As like, he's got a talking sword. Cool. That's not weird at all.
Yeah,
It's so
yep.
anime logic or manga
Yeah,
logic, but it's so cool.
I like the sword.
You bet.
Like the style of the sword looks cool. But yeah, the whole I have a sword that talks to me and it has its own mind. Yeah, that's not like World of Warcraft or anything else like that's out there. But oh,
I think that this was way before World of Warcraft, if I'm not
yeah, it
mistaken.
was.
This is
Well,
like
the
whole
MMO, but
that's the
not the
cool thing
actual
about the.
strategy game.
No,
Yep.
I imagine like the actual game probably existed in the early '90s, but the ones that are known now, that wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah, no. I think
So
World of Warcraft actually came in the early 2000s, I believe, which I still
Mm-hmm.
play. Well, yeah, but no, we're on Power Rangers, not World of Warcraft.
yeah, but speaking of the White Ranger, you know that originally Tommy was not supposed to come back as the White Ranger. That was supposed to be a new
Yes.
Ranger altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But because he was
Ah,
so
so there is
popular,
been
because
controversy.
yep,
Yeah.
originally another guy was going to portray the White Ranger as this new White Ranger, right? And VR
Mm-hmm.
Troopers was going to be for Jason David Frank. As Tommy to go in this show as a new, different character. He was not going to be Tommy Oliver. He was going to be a different character altogether. But what happened was that there were so many fan letters and fans like, "Oh, we love Tommy. We want him to come back." Seban was like, "We got to
Yep.
bring him back. We have no choice but to bring him back."
Yep. They
Some
did.
people say that Tommy lobbied
Yeah.
himself to switch to VR Troopers. I don't know if that's true or not. He probably like the rumor was he
Uh,
thought VR Troopers was stupid, slash it wasn't going to do well, and he's like, "No, I want to go back to Power Rangers." I don't know. That's a conflicting story that I heard as a rumor. I believe the fan outcry of "We want him back" story sounds more realistic.
Well, he's actually a
yeah.
pretty good character on anyway. Because in season one, Tommy and the Red, they kind of actually worked very well. Like they made each other better, even
You
though
know what?
the Red was meant to
Mm,
be the leader, but you still had the Green as a Redkill. Didn't like it that the Green seemed to be more the leader than the Red. But you know, they kind of actually worked very well in number one.
Well, the reason why red and green work so well because in the Japanese counterpart, the original series of Goo Ranger, right? They were supposed to be brothers. That they were siblings.
Yeah.
That's why they had such a good
Yeah.
connection and chemistry, which transferred over to Mighty Morphin. It makes
Which
sense.
I think we discussed last time as well. I think we definitely discussed like this last time, and it's still a good topic to bring up again.
Yeah, because it's season 1 and 2. Even though they're technically season 1 and 2, it's like Digimon in the West, right? There wasn't really a season 1 or 2. It was a continuation of season 1. It was like a soap opera, right? It kept continuing. Officially, it's season 1 and 2 because you have to make an example why there's new characters, right? Why there's new characters.
It's more of a volume.
Yeah, like
if you want to bring
for,
it
for like to split it up for for simplistic reasons you have to do that. But in reality, it's like no, it's one big thing. Mighty Morphin, it was all one big series altogether. It wasn't really split into seasons. It's just so that way you can watch it and not get fatigued from it.
Exactly.
Also,
And
the
this-
Green
well,
Ranger
this
was
season
supposed to
had-
die.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead, Sarge. My bad, man.
Yeah, this season there was quite a shift in the change of the cast and the roles too. The first of among them was the changing of the guard on the main villain. And first season's villain was Rita Repulsa, and then season 2, along came Lord Emperor Zed, an alien from Emperor more powerful than Rita. He feel who's hi there, SJ. Welcome. Yeah, Zed was voiced by the late anime voice actor Robert Axelford. He was quite a powerful being and a badass who has his own mystic scepter that has the letter Z on it. And as muffled as his voice sounds, he's quite the scary one, and real vicious, more vicious than Rita Repulsa. And soon as he took command of her goons, he ends up putting Rita Repulsa and shrinking her down to size, and Golder ends up putting her in a basket and sent her out into space. And in exchange for his loyalty, Zed gave Golder back what he lost, and that would be the wings he has in this season. If any of you have noticed, in this first season, Golder didn't have any wings, but this and at the start of season 2, he gets them back with the help of Lord
I like
Zed.
it. I like it. It kind of reminds me of the song by Mr. Take this broken wing and learn to fly again.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like they made a reference there. Yeah, Lord Zed took his broken wings and he's able to fly.
To be noted, to be real, I actually never really noticed that. I think I just never really paid attention to some of the villains like that much, and that's actually pretty funny. But because I watch it, and of course, I'm gaming at the same time because I game a lot. That's something I enjoy, and I never really noticed these wings until now. Like I did notice there was something there, but I didn't actually. I guess my brain just didn't calculate that they were wings. So yeah, that's pretty funny.
You probably thought those were like shoulder pads or something like.
Yeah,
the
I think so.
Road
Like,
Warriors, like the
because
Road Warriors
he still
would
looks
wear those
he looks
pads.
badass. Like he's definitely one of the best looking minions, I should say, because he's not really a villain as such. Like, yeah, he's bad and all that, but he's not like he's kind of a nothing, unfortunately. Like he comes along, beats all scary and stuff like that, and the Power Rangers still kick his ass, sort of thing. So he's not really like
in the Japanese
So I'd
version,
say he's
he
more
has
of a
he has a bigger role. Like he actually is a villain.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Yeah, he's more of a minion.
To me,
in
it
the,
doesn't
in
show
the
that.
American counterpart.
Mm.
Yeah. In the
Yeah.
Japanese one, he's like, screw this, I'm gonna be my own boss, and he does for a brief period, and that's why him and Scorpina in the Japanese version they get married. That's why she wears gold, which is weird. I never
Yeah,
understood
but I
that.
don't.
Yep.
I haven't watched the Japanese one, so that I can't really
No, I
compare
get you,
that.
dude. I'm just doing
Yeah.
the whole thing for people who don't know slash
Yeah,
compare and
that's all good.
contrast. Like, for example, the White Ranger was actually a kid in the Japanese counterpart, and he wasn't even a part of the original series that Mighty Morphin was. It was another series, and they were supposed to change
Yeah.
their costumes to fit the series of the White Ranger, but Seban was afraid if they did that, they would have lost money, and the viewership would have went down. So lost money through merchandise and viewership from the fans. So they didn't do that.
Yep.
They were supposed to.
Yeah. Scorpina is a love interest of Goldor, and in this season she tricks the one of the new recruits into and well she kind of disguises herself as a human when she approaches the new Black Ranger, and then lures him out into a trap and reveals herself, thinking they could ambush them. Yeah, I remember watching this episode of of her coming back to help Goldor and Zed take on the Power Rangers. Yeah, she was quite the deceiving one. Real cunning.
Yeah, she is cunning, but I'm not gonna lie. I'd go on a date with Scorpina anytime. So her and Rita Repulsa, like
Yeah, that
it,
I would have
they
to
weren't
say
so
the
e-
same
if they
thing.
weren't so if they weren't evil.
Oh, I wouldn't care if they're evil. I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to join your cause, but I want power.
Well, I don't
And
want to
I'm
be
going to
mind
show you how to actually beat these little rangers down. Don't worry. Like, you give me the power and the means, and they will be gone. There won't
Well,
be any more rangers whatsoever.
I would say that, man, but I don't want to be mind controlled or enhanced to become a giant monster that eventually the Power Rangers kill me with their giant Zord.
Well, yeah, true. You just sit there and you probably have to say, look, just don't throw your staff down and make me into a big giant whatever.
Yeah, don't mind
okay?
control me.
Yeah.
I'm for the cause, but don't enhance me slash mind control my body and let me to die.
Yeah. And here
And
is
just-
Zed's first monster. A piranha monster
Yeah,
that he
that was
brought.
actually pretty funny. Sorry.
Yeah, pretty badass too. Yeah, he even uses a fish to help him shoot out water from his mouth, which is nuts.
And the best part about that was those were practical effect costumes. Now, if they did the Power Rangers in movie form now, it'd all be CGI.
Well, wasn't it with the
Yeah.
newish movies? All that was
Some of it was mixed. It was mixed with CGI and with practical effects. At least then it's like you had people in costumes. Now it's like or animatronics. Now it's like no, we're going to just do complete CGI and it's going to look bad in the next 10 years.
Yeah, because I watched not the latest one, the one before that, and I kind of was like, okay, it's still kind of cheesy. It was fine, but I didn't watch the next one.
Sarge,
Yeah.
I think there's another person in the studio.
Ah, finally.
Hey,
Thanks for coming on. And
yeah,
Data.
I thought we
Welcome
were
back.
starting at 9:30. Sorry, my bad.
Well, it's
Yeah,
almost
no
9:30
problem.
anyways. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, I got mixed up there.
No
Anyway,
problem.
we're
Good
all
to see you.
looking,
Hey, good to see you too.
and here we are. We're at the part where
Piranha
we come to
Head.
this
Oh,
piranha.
yeah. So this is when the original Dinozords got taken away from us.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's dinosaurs.
The Piranha Monster.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I love the golden shield thing that Tommy had over his outfit. That was always
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah.
It's a shame that they never kept that. But supposedly that golden thing, if you notice with footage, right? Did you notice that the American one mostly looked kind of like a fabric / plastic?
Oh, of
whereas
course.
the actual one was met when they showed the real footage from
sorry.
archive.
Yeah,
It looked
Oh,
metal.
sorry, guys.
The
of
original
course.
ones, the original one supposedly got lost
sorry,
when
guys.
they were transferring it.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah,
that's why.
they made that so cheaply. They could have made that so much better, but they just threw it together really quick. You can definitely tell a difference in the episodes when you see the American
Yeah,
filmed versions with
when
Tommy.
Tommy has his helmet off, that is the most notable one. Like you could see,
Yeah.
it's like fabric. It's not metal or hard like tin
Yeah,
painted with gold. Which that's what they should have recreated.
exactly. It honestly doesn't even cost that much. Like I could go to a Hobby Lobby or a Michaels and get like some hard foam and just shape it correctly with some heat and then cover it with some like metal fabric or something like that. And bada bing, bada boom, you got like the actual one. I mean, it wouldn't take much, but they just threw that thing together. They just put some like cotton inside a sewing shield type of thing, and yeah, it was just it was sad to see.
I think the Japanese were the ones that gave him that. I don't know if Saban were the ones that did it. I think the Japanese said, "Here, use this because we lost the original one during mail." I don't know if that's a lie because sometimes
No.
companies maybe they didn't want to give the real one. I don't know.
Well, I heard that that they didn't get the original. I don't know if it was because it got lost in the mail or whatever. But last minute they had to because they weren't planning on bringing Tommy back. At
Nope.
first. So when the kids wrote in and they were like, where the hell's Tommy? We want Tommy. We're not going to watch this without Tommy coming back. They realized they needed to bring him back. And I think they just threw that thing together real quick.
Good thing they didn't kill him off like the Japanese version because that
Yeah,
was probably,
exactly.
Because knowing Saban, they were gonna do that or kill him off screen.
Yeah. Well, because he had two other shows that he was either going to be
VR Troopers, yeah.
either VR Troopers or he was going to be Kamen Rider.
Oh, I didn't know the Kamen Rider one.
Yeah,
were they gonna call it the Mask Rider and not Kamen Rider?
I don't know about that, but I know that he was up for either one of those parts. They were going to give one of those parts to him, but either way, it just worked out that he became the White Ranger, and
yeah, because he wasn't supposed he wasn't supposed to be the White Ranger. It was supposed to be another guy, and they switched places at the last minute with
exactly
the guy ended up on VR Troopers.
Yep.
The one who was gonna be I forgot his name because not to be rude.
Yeah.
But
I know
his career did not take off like Jason David Frank.
Exactly.
So I don't know his name. Not trying to be a dick.
I know his face. I know all their faces, but yeah, I couldn't put a name.
Yeah,
to
he had
it.
He had blonde hair. He had blonde hair.
He had blonde hair and a typical white, blonde haircut.
Yep, he was a Caucasian blonde-haired dude. So
yeah,
unfortunately, his career never took off compared to Jason David Frank's because Jason is probably the most famous Power Ranger ever.
Yeah,
because he was like 5 different Power Rangers.
Yeah,
2
well, not only
Red Rangers. Yeah, go ahead.
Not only that, but he just had the coolest story arc. Like, when you start out, I mean, it's like Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z. When you start out as a bad guy and you have a redemption arc, you introduce this this narrative that kids aren't used to. They're used to, everybody's a good guy or a bad guy and stuff like that. When you introduce a character like Tommy that is a villain at first and then has a redemption arc and everything, kids just they clamored over it, man. And I was one of them.
I'm just happy that this happened that era and not 10, 15, 20 years before, because they would have gotten rid of Tommy's character if it was back then. and not in the 90s. The 90s were like, no, let's have a bad guy become a good guy, like the Terminator did for Terminator 2.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for that, they would have said no. He has to die, or he has to stay a bad guy. We can't turn him into a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. And without like the green candle, I mean, they really did like realize that they had a gold mine when all the kids started writing in about Tommy, the Green Ranger being gone and everything. They realized they had a gold mine. That's why I think that he didn't go for like a salary hike or anything, because because they realized that he was their bread and butter, and he was going to get a pay bump anyway. There was like interviews and stuff that he was getting regular pay bumps and stuff because they realized that he was their cash cow for this show. Without him, I don't think the show would have even gone past season 3.
Well,
Yeah.
on that as well, with like season 1, Tommy being bad going to good, and then you have like season 2, like later on, roughly in the middle or so, you have those episodes where you have the Green coming back,
Mm-hmm.
and those were actually good. I actually enjoy that sort of stuff as well.
I do
Like even
too.
now,
Yeah.
I don't like the changing of the cars, which I guess we can discuss later on. But yeah, the whole like Tommy, I reckon, yeah, as you said, he was the bread and butter of that whole entire thing. Like,
Mm-hmm. And still really is, even though he's gone. He was not with us anymore. He still really is the legit. He's the epitome of Power Rangers. When you think of Power Rangers, you think of Tommy. Coming back as like the mentor and Dino.
He is the
Thunder.
soul. He's the
Exactly.
soul of Power Rangers. I don't care what
Exactly.
maybe it's Super Sentai. He's not relevant there, or they don't talk about him over there in Japan as a Ranger. But he is the heart and soul of the Power Ranger franchise. Because without him, we would have not got like when they did Dino Thunder. I know we're going ahead here, but they were going to cancel the Power Rangers during the Disney era.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Tommy coming back as their mentor, as the Black Ranger eventually, that show would have been canceled prematurely, or never. They would have never aired it. It would have never been produced.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had to come back as a
you're
favor to get the
absolutely right.
ratings back.
Exactly.
So he is the heart and soul of the Power Rangers franchise. Period.
Yeah. And even when you think about the
Yeah.
He
comic
saved the
books,
series multiple times.
yeah, even when you think about the comic books, I mean, he's Lord Draken, and all these storylines that they have in the comic books. He's still the heart and soul of the Power Rangers.
He sure is. Yeah.
And
his role
just
in
going
season one
on-
made him a fan.
Yeah, because none of the other Power Rangers, no disrespect to the other Power Rangers, right?
Yeah.
I like them a lot. Don't get me wrong. I love, I love Trini. I love like Kimberly and all of them, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
But
I love
Tommy,
I love Kimberly.
I would have liked for Trini to stayed. I liked Kimberly too, and I liked, I like them all. It's just the problem is like there was something about Jason, like he was literally he was the Bruce Lee / Jackie Chan of the group. Like there was something about him that was so like captivating. Like you cannot look away. Like holy cow! Like
probably the fact of his acting and stuff. I think that's what it would. He's probably pretty good. He was a good actor as well, and that's probably why a lot of people draw to him.
And you could also tell that he really knew his martial arts. Like you could tell that he got into that. Like you could tell that he knew his stuff, and you wanted to be like him. You wanted.
On that as well, if you actually look from 1 to 2, you'd see that they all actually started getting muscles. Like even Billy. Okay.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, you see him from number 1, like full on nerd, all that sort of stuff, and in season 2, he's got the muscles. And in the first episode, which I thought was very weird, he had no glasses at all.
Well, you know why? They took the glasses off of him because he actually has 20/20 vision in real life,
Hmm.
and the glasses were affecting his eyesight. So
I thought,
in the second
yeah,
season, they allowed for him to take them off.
I think
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to do. And I thought, okay, maybe they're going to go for the storyline. He has contact lenses, but I
yeah.
can't remember if they had
Yeah,
that during
that's
that in that
They
time.
it's
they
But
never
then,
explained it, but yeah,
yeah,
that
but
was
it was
that
only
was
in that
the choice.
episode when he first started. The next episode, or the third, he had his glasses back. There's another couple of episodes later on where he doesn't have the glasses and stuff like that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
But you do, but again, going back to him, they all actually bulked up. I would
yeah.
really, because again, does it look like they were all actually getting into the actual,
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Well,
thing itself?
because by this time they were starting to plan the Power Rangers movie, so they had
Hmm.
to like get fit for the costumes and stuff for the movie in Australia. So yeah, it really sucks that the original three red, yellow, and black Ranger left. But I do have to say I do love Adam. Adam was a good choice to be a Ranger. He just had chemistry with the rest of the Rangers. We're not there yet. But I do want to say on the season 2, I do love the Thunder Zords. I think that they are an awesome set of Zords. Um, if we're gonna trade up, from Dino Zords, I think the Thunder Zords were a great choice.
I don't know, just when they was like, okay, because when they do the whole new sim, they named like the whole entire thing. I'm just thinking to myself, if I was a bad guy and they're just sitting there like trying to say that big massive title, I probably would have just shot, fired a blast or something at them while they're
Yeah,
doing all that stuff. It's like because it because yeah, they do the Jurassic Saurus whatever, and then they say the other words to get the dragon come on. It's like that's just getting a little bit too long. But that's
yeah.
just my personal intake, really. Like I said,
Red,
if I
Red,
was a bad guy, I would have just shot something straight away. And then like, okay, just shut up.
Red Dragon Thunderzord, Griffin Thunderzord. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I would have just shot something. That's it. They're done. And then I'll go back to my wife and say, "There you are, sweetie. They're all dead for you."
Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
against Jason as a Red Ranger. He was cool. It's just Tommy, and you can tell that Austin in
Uh,
real life he
You're
So
cutting
you,
out a little bit.
yeah, you're breaking out.
hated Jason David Frank.
Oh, you,
You can tell.
you're yeah. You were
He's
talking
there.
about having like a kind of a and like an animosity towards each other. So
Yeah.
sorry, you're cutting out, so we can't.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can. Yeah,
No, it's just a shame that like in real life, like Austin had resentment towards Jason
I agree.
because he outshined him, and it's like, dude, the truth hurts, man. Like you shouldn't be jealous of somebody. It's not Jason's fault that the fans gravitated him more than you.
Exactly.
And if anything, you just talk it like a man to man and say, "Look, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like the fact that I'm being belittled
Yeah.
on the show that I'm supposed to be. Even though we're an ensemble cast, I'm the leader of the team, aka the main focal ranger of the team, and you're taking that away from me." If he would have just said that man to man to Jason, I think they would have had a better relationship before
Yeah.
Jason passed away.
Yeah. And just I completely agree with what you said. Jason David Frank though was known as a prankster, and I think that Austin St. John just didn't know how to handle that type of personality too. And I think he just kind of got caught up in the whole I'm the Red Ranger, I'm the leader of the team. And then when the kids started going, gravitating towards Tommy, and Tommy was kind of, just having fun. Like it was almost like there was a video I was watching about David Blaine and Chris Angel, and the magicians, and Chris Angel had always had a feud with David Blaine, but David Blaine never gave him the time of day. He didn't even realize that they were feuding, and I think that's kind of how it was with Jason David Frank and Austin St. John. I think Austin kind of had beef with Jason, but Jason never realized that there was anything until after he left, And
that's why he had to do that episode with him resigning as Red Ranger and transferring his powers over to another guy.
That's part of the reason. Part of the reason was that, and also because of pay dispute. Because Saban are cheap. They were notoriously cheap. That's the reason, and for better or for worse. Why do you think the Power Ranger cast, right? They didn't hire just actors and had stuntmen do the stuff. No, they had them do both. So they hired actors / gymnast / martial artist. That's the reason. Because it's to save money.
Yeah.
It was a shoestring budget, like what most of the footage, most of the money was from the Japanese footage.
Oh yeah, that's what made it such a moneymaker, is that most of the footage was already filmed.
Yeah, so in the original first season, up until the end, they didn't even have the suits. That's why you never saw them without the helmet on until later on in the first season / the second season.
Exactly, because they didn't
have the money. They didn't have the money for the suits yet.
Yeah, and they probably didn't even think that it was going to last.
Yeah,
because this was Saban taking a chance. This was something that was never done before. Taking a Japanese show and incorporating the footage from that into an American show and just filming like the American parts.
That's why
which doesn't cost very much.
That's why the B-roll footage, if they did show B-roll footage of the American cast fighting without their costume, that was the only reason, because they didn't have the money to shoot
exactly
with the costumes on, because they didn't have a copy or didn't get delivered from Japan.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Adam, funny story. My cousin went to college with Johnny Young Bosch.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I
wish. Oh my god!
I wish I would have got to meet him, but my cousin was a football player on like a linebacker on the team, and he said when he met him, he was really awesome. He was really cool, and it just makes sense. I mean, he just has such charisma.
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch. Yeah, besides Jason, I liked him as the Black Ranger.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this because of his voice acting career alone. He was just cool. Like it's.
Oh, did he become a voice actor as well?
Yeah, he
did.
Nice.
He was unique. Like he had his own style, and like it was genuine, and he was one of those people that you could tell that, like, if you walked up to him on the street and said, what's up, and just started a conversation, that he'd stand there and talk to you. He didn't have like a stick up his ass or anything.
He wasn't like Austin. From what I've heard about Austin, he, unless you didn't pay him money for an autograph, he won't look at you for the time of day, which is
but unfortunately that's a lot of actors and actresses as well.
That's true. But for Power Rangers back in the day, I mean,
dude, those kids, like, I was a kid, I looked up to the Power Rangers as my heroes, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, same here.
And it's like, I get it. You don't have to be like, you're not obligated to do that. But imagine one of those kids becomes a famous actor or a Power Ranger in the future, and they go to a con or they meet you in public, like, hey, dude, I remember when I was a little kid, you said hi to me and you gave me a free autograph. I didn't ask, you just gave it to me.
Yeah,
that made my life a thing.
Yep.
And then I decided, no, I'm going to become an actor and I'm going to become a power, and I did, and I thank you for that. You didn't have to do that.
And
life
that's probably
change
why
like
a lot
that.
of people like Tommy as well, like his actor, because maybe they did a lot of that sort of stuff, and then when they come to some of the others, if they're pretty uptight, they go, "Oh, well, pay me," sort of thing for this and that.
Exactly.
People do remember, and that's probably why they start disliking other characters and stuff, and enjoy other ones, because when fans meet those type of individuals, they love them to death. Like, okay, another good example is Keanu Reed.
Keanu
He might
Reeves.
not
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he might not be a good actor. Like, some people don't think he's a good actor. Some people think he is. But in real life, he's a very nice individual. He's actually helped quite a lot of people.
Oh
And-
yeah,
And that's and that's why a lot of people like that guy. And
exactly.
his acting is because of all that sort of stuff. And that just boils down to all your fandoms and all, Star Trek and all that. When they meet these actors and they see them for the first time, or they see what they really like, that's when they start making their bonds properly as well, and other characters actually get better.
Exactly. Besides the Tiger Zord, what is y'all's favorite Thunder Zord? Because it's obviously it's going to be the Tiger Zord.
That's a tough one, man.
Yeah, I either like the black what is it, the lion?
Yeah. See, the problem I have with that is, like, in season 2 with the new ones, they don't look as good as they did in this first season. Like, first season, you could tell they're toys, like, easily.
Yeah,
But in the second one, they look like they're cardboard. Sort of, they're not as, made better, or whatever you want to call it. So,
you know what most likely happened? When they gave him the footage, right? They gave him shitty quality footage, right? Or Saban made their own version of the toy Zords and it looked terrible. They didn't get the Japanese version. Either it got lost in the mail, like the golden shield
the
armor
shield
part, or Japan was like, "No, we're not giving you that. We don't want to get
and that's
lost
what I'm
like
saying.
the
They
golden
look
shield
like-
thing."
Yeah, the new ones look like they're just cardboard cutouts.
Yeah,
with,
so
like,
it's
little
either
moving
it's either crappy footage that Japan gave them, or they did their own thing and it didn't look good.
exactly. Yeah.
So to really say what's your favorite is probably going to be, like, I don't know, pretty hard. Well, for
It is
me,
pretty hard because they look great, especially when they fused together to become
Exactly.
a Megazord.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I
it's so
love
good.
I love that sword, man, when they power it up and they do the thunder slash, man. And
see, that's the other thing. Why did they never have, like, weapons in the first place?
Probably so kids
why they
didn't
that-
fight each other. That's why.
Yeah, but still, it's just like, you could have had, like, I don't know, daggers or swords with your Zoids when they
I
morph
agree.
together, instead of, like, punching the thing. And it's like this. The other team's
Oh.
got weapons and they, like, pummeling the crap out of you. Yet
Oh,
if
the-
you had a sword, you probably would have, blocked it. Or I don't know. It might be just because, the mind thinking of that's what you should be doing nowadays.
Well, the
or-
red dragon Thunder Zord, when he turns into warrior mode, he has a staff. I mean,
Yes,
Oh yeah.
but again, it's just like they
Yep, he does.
always have that out and just, like, defending yourself instead of trying to punch someone to death.
yeah.
It's
It's a
silly.
shame, but I honestly believe the reason why, at least in America, for Mighty Morphin, they didn't sell like toy weapons as much, or you had knockoff bootleg versions of it, because Saban didn't want to get in trouble for children hitting each other or possibly crippling or killing another kid
Yeah.
with those toys. That's why in
Yeah.
the UK,
Exactly.
Michelangelo couldn't use the nunchucks.
Nunchuck. I know.
They
it's
banned
so
it.
stupid.
So I think they didn't want to have another
Right.
controversy like that. Hey,
okay.
Yo,
they,
That's just
they didn't want
silly,
to.
but
They
Oh,
didn't
we
want to
got
have a
Abe.
controversy. They didn't want to have another controversy
Hi, Abe.
with
Welcome back.
nunchucks like they did
What's
with
up,
the Ninja
Ranger
Turtles.
dudes?
Yeah.
What's up?
Abe?
oh, we have a Green Ranger.
It's morphin'
Another one.
time.
Yeah. We got
Yeah,
got
in
Green
regards
Rangers
to
and white.
two
in
Green
regards to
Rangers and a
favorite
white.
Zord, I might be a bit biased, but for me, it's the Dragon Zord.
Oh yeah.
I
when
like
it-
the Dragon
well,
Sword, but it'd be
when it fully
obvious to
comes out,
say-
it looks good. Like it looks better out of all of them when
Yeah.
Hell
the
yeah.
dragon comes out. But yeah, I would
Yeah.
probably still say the white tiger, but I'm gonna be pretty biased with that because I like the White Ranger the most anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I-
just say
Great.
Megazord because I don't want to be super biased with certain Power Rangers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
Swords.
Megazord though?
The OG Megazord.
with
the
my
OG.
with
Okay.
my
Yeah.
with my character on my channel, the Theta Ranger, his Zord is actually a triple changer, so he has like a flying dragon like the red dragon, but it's green and white, and then he transforms into a lion, and then it transforms
Yeah.
into a warrior
Yeah.
mode as well. So,
Sweet.
Yep.
You know
I got the best
Definitely.
of all.
You know what would have been cool back in the day? We would have never gotten this, but in an alternate universe, if Marvel worked with Sentai
Yeah,
again, can you imagine
Yeah.
Spider-Man appearing in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as a cool
Oh,
crossover?
Spider-Man.
We would have had Leopardon.
That was-
yeah, dude, that would have been awesome.
Dude,
Hell
I would
yeah.
have commemorated
Never
the
go nuts.
anniversary of the original.
That would have been
Spider-Man
trippy as
series.
hell.
Dude. It would have been better than
Definitely.
the Ninja Turtle crossover that we had years later with the Power
Oh,
Rangers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually didn't really get into
Yeah.
the power
The next mutation.
the turtles. Yeah, I didn't get into the turtle show.
They
so-
only did that to have the crossover with the Power Rangers. I'm like, dude, why didn't you just make them cartoons at that point?
yeah,
You could have
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
you could have had the Power Rangers in animated form
Yeah.
appear.
Yeah.
You didn't have to make the turtles live action. It doesn't look
I mean,
right.
with the supernatural Scooby Doo crossover, they just made they just made Dean and Sam cartoons, and then they just fit into the universe perfectly.
Yeah,
Why not do the same?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that Supernatural
Yeah, more
crossover,
realistic.
and it was pretty cool. Because how weird it would have been. I mean, you could have gotten the original cast from the movie to come back. I think they would have done it if,
Oh, yeah.
if they had
Yeah.
a special producer's credit for Supernatural. I think they would have done it. Because Freddie Prinze Jr., he didn't mind playing Fred. He just they decreased him in the second movie, and he's like, I'm never doing this again.
yeah, and same thing
Yeah.
with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
It's sad they screwed them over because originally some of the footage from Scooby Doo 2 was already shot for Scooby Doo 1.
Oh,
It was
really?
deleted- yeah, it was
I didn't
deleted
know
footage.
that.
Yeah, it was deleted footage, and then they shot extra footage,
Wow.
and they screwed over the cast by paying them low. They said, "Well, we're only paying you for how much we shot you. How much did you shot us?" Well, we shot half of the footage because the first one we already shot. You're using deleted footage and merging it with this new foot. Man, Hollywood is so. Oh my god.
Yeah, they are so screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just glad we didn't have a Power Ranger. Can you imagine if they screwed the cast of the Power Rangers?
Yeah,
If they did in the newer one, the rebooted movie with Rita,
Oh yeah.
oh
that
yeah,
would have been
The-
terrible.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
God,
Definitely.
I do like
Yeah.
that in
Yeah, they
season
went
2
through
that they didn't use the costumes for the actual what was it, Jew Ranger for season 2 with the White
Yeah.
Ranger. I'm glad
Very
they
Ice into Zhu Ranger.
yeah, exactly. I'm glad they stuck with the actual dino costumes because I think that if
Yeah.
they change the costumes too quickly, I think the fans would have kind of fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Yeah.
about earlier before you came in, Theta.
Oh, okay, cool.
Was that the reason why it looks not horrible, but it looks awkward for certain?
Yeah.
If you know about the Sentai series lore about it,
Yeah,
is that the white suit ranger? He came
Was-
from another series. He didn't
And he-
come
It
from
was a
Jew
totally
Ranger.
different show,
and
basically.
he,
Yeah.
and he was a 9-year-old kid.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Yeah,
say. He was a
yeah.
9-year-old that became
And
a
he
giant.
was a
He
creep
morphed into
as
an
well.
adult. He
Yeah.
morphed into an adult, which was and they used that storyline for the Blue Ranger for Zeo.
The blue, the
Yeah.
Blue Turbo Ranger.
They
What is it?
They just said,
Blake-
"Screw it.
Blake-
We're going to
Blake
take this
Foster.
idea from Japan, and we're just gonna make it for the Blue Ranger. Screw it.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna
Man.
morph
Yeah.
into an adult when he transforms.
That when I saw Turbo in the theaters, a Power Ranger movie, and I saw that kid was a Blue Ranger, Blake Foster, I was so upset. I was like, "Are you kidding me, man? That's ridiculous." I hated the morphing sequence of him growing and everything in the TV show.
It was
Yeah.
fan service for kids. That's the only
I
reason.
know,
Oh my
I know.
god!
I mean,
Let's do
the
it for
thing
the
is, though,
kids.
it's not like they needed to do it because kids already loved it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, but some executive or maybe Sebon's like, well, how can we make this better for the children to watch? I got it. Let's get a child to be a Power Ranger too.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
a great idea.
why didn't they just keep Rocky?
Yeah.
Just stupid reasons, man.
Like
Yeah.
teenagers with attitude is one thing.
Yeah,
Kids with attitude,
yeah, yeah.
that's a very different
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Also, you don't want to have a situation. Can you imagine if they did an episode where, like Rita or Zed attacked that kid and he
Yeah.
knocks him out and kills him, or
Exactly.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you can't show that.
yeah, that
You
would've
can't
been-
do a
Yeah.
where a kid gets harmed like that. That's why in the Batman 66 and in the live action Batman movies, they always had an adult slash a teenager looking adult.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
basically introduced Nightwing before Nightwing was a thing
True.
because they weren't going to have a child get beat up or assaulted.
Yeah.
That was
that's-
never going to be a thing.
exactly. That would not work on screen.
I'm curious about that metal cover of
And
the
you also
Bulk and
know what
Skull
else-
theme tune now.
Oh yeah.
What
Vulcan
was
Skull
that,
became-
Sarge? What was that,
Vul-
Sarge?
Vulcan
these
Skull
two.
became Power
Yeah, the
Rangers
two
at
comic
one
books.
point.
Yeah.
Dude, Bulk and Skull were
Yeah,
awesome.
like-
I like the fact that they were like bullies and they slowly changed throughout the whole Power Ranger series
Yeah.
into like decent citizens.
And
I like
and
that.
in the comic books, they became Power Rangers at one
Yeah.
point. They became a Black Ranger or a Blue Ranger and a Yellow Ranger.
I thought it was an
Didn't-
Orange Ranger and a Purple Ranger.
maybe that might
And
be it.
maybe in a
Yeah.
different comic book iteration. I swear I saw an image of them wearing purple and orange.
It might have just been like my eyes, because those are close enough colors, yellow and.
Didn't they actually
Yeah,
work
these
out
two
who
were
the
not-
Rangers were eventually?
What's that?
Yeah.
Did they ever work out who the Rangers were eventually? I can't remember if they did or not.
I think
I-
they
it-
did. I think they
It-
did, but they
in the
turned
comic-
good guys.
Oh, I did
In
look at this.
in the comics, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Look
Okay.
at this.
Well, Paul Schreier actually
See,
returned
I
in
remember
later
that.
seasons as a different character, as a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were great.
Yeah.
They were great characters, and I hear behind the scenes they were some of the most fun people to be on set with. They
Yeah.
were some of the
Yeah.
kindest people to be there with. So yeah, props to
Yeah.
Vulcan Skull.
I feel bad for Skull because remember was it Power Rangers in space or was it the other series? I'm sorry, I'm getting confused because they both take place in space.
Yeah.
Lost Galaxy.
Lost
I
Galaxy or in
Mhm.
space. It was
Yeah.
one of those two.
I haven't
Skull left the series for a pay dispute
Oh,
because that's why he was left
Oh.
behind to not go. He got late. He overslept. That was his way of getting written off the series.
that's right. I
Oh,
forgot
my
about
God.
that.
Yeah, because it's like
Wow.
even the low tier characters on Power Rangers had a pay dispute with Sebon. Everybody
Yeah.
has that problem.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like we've had pay disputes on Power Rangers before, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a it's sad because they got hurt. Like Trini got hurt. Like because
Yeah.
I saw behind the scenes footage. She
Yeah,
she got
she did.
injured.
Yeah. And she kept going too.
Tahi Tran, she got her she broke her leg. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not
It
going to
was
pay
just-
her more money for that?
Yeah.
She
It
got
was just
injured.
so dumb. It was just so dumb and greedy of the producers. But the fact that the sheer amount of time the actors put into these roles, and they just weren't really appropriately compensated for it.
No.
That's why they had to leave, and they were going to do another
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Austin St. John, Trini, and I forgot
Walter Jones. Walter Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, they were going to do a series, but it never happened. The only thing that came of it was that promotional poster that they did together. that they were going to be
Yeah.
like government agents or spies.
Yeah. Well, in the comics,
Yeah.
they became the Omega Rangers. Like this in canon, what happened is after they went to that National Peace Summit, they went to they became Omega Rangers, and they like fought in space and stuff. So they became like more powerful.
Did you know that like Walter Jones, like he lost a finger as
Yes.
a child?
Yes, exactly.
And I never noticed that. I'm like, wait a
I
minute, is this
didn't
some
either.
Mandela effect stuff? Because I
I
swear I
know.
remember him with 10 fingers.
I literally just saw that video like 2 weeks ago.
And apparently
Yeah.
he shot a real gun on his finger, and that's how he lost it when he was
Mm-hmm.
a kid. He thought it was a BB gun. He thought it was like a toy gun, and
Yep.
that's why you don't leave guns lying around for kids.
They gotta lock them up, man. Be safe.
Mhm.
So
gotta
he
know
lost
how
his
to-
finger. And it makes sense why in certain shots he always had his hands in his pockets, or he had it in a fist or whatever. It makes
Yeah.
sense now. Or when he wasn't
Yeah.
wearing the gloves, you wouldn't know, right?
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's
and they also had like a cast, so that when he did have his glove on, it looked like he had an extra finger.
yeah, he had an extra finger. But like when he was like in the suit, you wouldn't know because he's wearing gloves, obviously.
Yeah.
So, but when he was walking, they shot it in a way where you wouldn't see his fingers,
Yeah.
or he had his hands in his pocket.
Wow.
He always did something where he hid it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is actually something that I only recently learned about.
Me too.
I thought,
I was
holy
shocked.
shit.
I'm like, wait a minute, he lost a finger? I don't remember this.
Wow.
No.
Oh my God. He lost.
And
a
he said
finger.
he lost it
I mean,
like when he
this
was. I'm
why
like,
he
wait a
got
minute.
replaced?
I'm a big. No, I don't think that's
That was
the
why he
reason,
was
Sarge.
replaced?
No.
No.
It was a pay dispute with him and Trini and Austin St. John.
Yeah.
All of them, they wanted more money because they got hurt on set.
Yeah.
They got injured, and
Oh.
they owed them money for like merchandise and stuff, and Saban wasn't willing to pay for that.
Yep.
So they said, "Fuck it,
Wow.
we quit."
Yeah,
And they had to
typical-
shoot that scene where they transferred their powers, so it doesn't look awkward that the Power Rangers they're gone and it's a world threat against Zed and Rita Repulsa, right? It wouldn't make sense for them to just leave or be killed off screen like that. So they had to show them giving their powers away.
Yeah. There are
Yeah.
there are a few different stories on that. Austin St. John says that he tried to get everybody to come together on it and unionize.
Yeah, like a Power Rangers union type
yeah.
thing.
Exactly. But according to David Yost, Billy, and back in the day, Jason David Frank, he never came to them. So he was like I said, it's all up in the air what the truth is.
Yeah, I like
But,
Austin St. John, but he kind of he bullshits sometimes.
Yeah,
in his stories.
exactly.
I don't want to call him a liar, but when David Yost and Jason Frank said, "I'd never heard of this story,"
Yeah, the story is that it was the voice of Goldar. The guy who did the voice of Goldar says Austin St. John came up to him and asked, "Okay, we want more money. We're getting injured on set, and we're doing all this extra work and stuff, and we're not getting paid." And he said, "Well, you're gonna need everybody in the group to come together." And he said the next day, Austin went up to him and was like, "Okay, well, I got 3 people," and the voice of the guy who did the voice of Goldar said, "Is one of them pink?" And he was like, "No," and he was like, "Well, then the other one better be green, because if not, then you're out of luck. You're not gonna make this work." And
Yeah.
that's how it happened.
But
That's according to the guy who did the voice of Goldar.
yeah, but
Oh, that sucks.
I take it that Jason David Frank, Amy Jo Johnson, and David Yost did not get hurt that much on set.
No. Well, I'm sure they did, but they just didn't complain about Amy Jo Johnson and David Yost. They were pretty hardcore gymnasts, so they got hurt a lot, in general before Power Rangers. And I think Jason was just happy to be there. Like, he was happy to get all the love from the fans and stuff like that. So he was pretty, he was getting by. He wasn't making a lot of money, but he was making enough to get by and put a little nest egg away. And I think
he was a martial arts instructor too on the side, if I'm not mistaken. That's why they had those Tommy Oliver Power Ranger martial art instructional videos. Those two videos.
I memorized the Green Dragon kata. Yes, I remember memorizing.
I honestly, I think his side job was being a martial arts instructor. That's why they had those two videos.
He had a school in Houston. I live in Texas in San Antonio, and he had a school called Rising Sun Karate.
I would have went there if I was in Texas. I'm not gonna lie.
I would if I could have. I would have, but they were very.
Listen to you little fanboys going off. Jeez.
Also,
if you could see my Jason David Frank shrine, you would laugh your ass off. I
suspect a lot of us are here right now because of Jason David Frank.
Yeah, true.
Fun fact about the Tommy.
He was able to take it.
You know how he got his name, Tommy Oliver, right? You know, one of the cast members who was a voice actor and a producer for the show, and I think the VA for the basically the dubbing for the villains.
It's Oliver or something.
It's Tony Oliver, the guy who played Lupin the Third in the English dub,
no
and
way.
the fourth Hokage in Naruto.
Lupin the Third,
Minato.
dude, that brings me back. Oh my god,
Nice.
It's me, Lupin the Third.
Yeah.
Hi there,
That's
Fuji
awesome.
Cakes.
Man, I remember watching that on Toonami so many. Oh man, that really
So Tony. So obviously, they never outright said it, but come on, it makes sense, right?
Yeah,
Tony Oliver, Tommy Oliver. They
It
use
does
his
make
last
sense.
name as a tribute.
It does
obviously.
make sense.
Just like Billy Cranston is Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
They took his name from Brian. So
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
confirmed. That one's confirmed. But this one, you got to do some digging and put two and two together. It's obviously they took his last name as a tribute.
Isn't it crazy to look back on some of the older episodes and know that Walter White was doing the voice of half of the monsters?
Right? I know.
It's surreal.
Also, another fun fact about Bryan Cranston, when they did the Golden Harmony stuff and the older dubbing stuff, because he was a struggling actor at the time, right?
Yeah.
He voiced Akira Toriyama's Avatar character, basically Akira Toriyama, for one of the Dr. Schlump stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the 10 episodes that they produced before it got canceled because nobody knew what the hell this was. And the same thing with Dragon Ball. That's why Funimation had to pick it up in the 90s when Z was successful. They had to basically do everything in reverse. We're going to do Z and then Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So Cranston, he played Akira Toriyama, kinda.
Oh, that's crazy.
Which is pretty cool. He played like an owl or a bird. That was the logo before he transformed it into a robot thing.
Yeah.
It was like a
That's
bird
awesome.
because it was
That's
Bird
awesome.
Studio. That's why.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Wow.
Was this the season where they changed Rita? Yeah, because they had to get a new Rita Repulsa to interact with Lord Zed in this.
Yeah, you can actually
because they ran out of
later
footage
see
for
that.
Rita. Because I think that actress was either too busy or they had to pay her a lot of money.
Yeah. And there wasn't any footage of Lord Zed and Rita together because they were separate.
Because they shot him.
Well, Lord Zed was an American invention, right?
I think so.
So there was no Japanese footage of Rita Repulsa and Zed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to green screen them in probably together. That's probably what they had to do. They had to basically impose them. It basically use like tricks, like pepper ghosting, filming the background to be similar, so that way when they were in the similar room, it looked like they were talking to each other.
Yeah. I do love that the first thing that Lord Zed does when he gets in power is he gives Goldar his wings back after Rita takes them away. He's like, screw you, Rita. Like, I'm gonna give you your wings back, and you're gonna be my henchman now.
And then I'd made kind of a reference to Mr. Mister's Broken Wings. Where take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Which basically Lord Zed did that for Goldar. He took his broken wings.
He did, yeah.
And he taught him how to fly again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't like the new Rita.
I couldn't really tell too much as a kid. Going back, I can tell now, but as a kid, I couldn't tell. I was paying too much attention to the Rangers.
It doesn't help that the picture quality was very low, and they knew that. They were like, let's just bank on they won't know the difference.
Exactly. And even,
it's like they were just like, they're both Asian, that'll do.
Yeah, close
Most
enough.
people won't be
Nobody's
able to
gonna
tell
know.
the difference.
Well, when you're a kid, you
It's
wouldn't.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but when you're a kid, you wouldn't. You'd be more interested in the show and what's going on.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you will see the difference. Like you can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's night and day. Like they're
Like, for
very
instance,
clearly not the same person.
Like, for example, in another show, Friends, right? Jennifer Aniston, when she was not available or she was doing another project, they used her stand-in, right? But they shot it in such a way back then that you wouldn't know, right? But unfortunately, they made it HD, right? For the re-release on home video and streaming services, and it's not, what was was it 420 aspect ratio? What was it called? Oh my god, I'm really bad at this.
It was either 420 or.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean, like a 4:3 aspect ratio?
Yeah, 4:3 aspect. Thank you, Abe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
4:3 aspect ratio. It wasn't the later aspect ratio for HD. It was the regular 4:3.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know that because they hit it very well. But because they had to do it HD, you saw the stand-in actress for Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
So you can clearly tell that's not Jennifer Aniston in the shot. So the same thing with the Power Rangers. It's like they banked on low-quality footage. Nobody's gonna see anything. Nobody's gonna fucking know. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're never gonna get widescreen footage.
Yeah, we're never gonna get HD footage. This is never gonna catch on. It's always gonna be standard forever. Yeah. And unfortunately, no. That's why they're re-releasing Mighty Morphin, and it looks weird.
Yeah.
On Netflix, it looks off. Like the older footage, despite the fact being low quality, looks better. Like they screwed up with the footage a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what's really weird as well is that with the most recent special that they did,
Once and Always.
They went out of their way to include Pandora's Palace.
Exactly.
On Rita Repulsa's fortress.
I saw that too. Yeah, and they made it clear as gold, man. Like it looks, you can tell it says Pandora's Palace. I love that.
Yeah, and it didn't make any sense in the original show.
But it's like an Easter
because
egg.
it was part of the show, they duplicated it anyway.
Yeah, I think I actually brought that up in the season 1 panel of this show.
I think you did actually. Yeah.
Also, did you also brought up that the Yellow Ranger is actually a male Ranger in the Japanese version?
Yes. Oh well, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
did.
Well, that's a fact that unfortunately, like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought that was a female. I'm like, well, in the later seasons, right, when before Taehi Tran left, they obviously shot some footage of her. Like certain footage in the American was them. It was the American cast fighting in the outfits. So those were the only times the Yellow Ranger was a female.
Yeah.
Ever on Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the splicing of the footage, no, it's just the dude.
Yeah. I'm glad they made it like that in the American version, though.
And for the transformation sequences, right?
Yeah.
The male actor from the original Yellow, the stuntman actor, he had to pose like a female.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
He had to do like the feminine pose because they had to hire them. Seban hired them to do the reshoots.
Yeah.
That's why Rita, like, she has these weird, like, blabbering mouth lips movements because that was for the English dubbing purposes. So they had to bring everybody back to shoot certain scenes.
Here's my theory as well. This is the reason why they chose an Asian girl to be the Yellow Ranger wasn't because they were thinking, oh, Asians equals yellow or some other sort of borderline racist shit like that.
No.
They were thinking, right, it's played by a dude. We need someone that doesn't have a lot of curves that we can plausibly pass off as being the same person.
Yeah.
It makes kind of sense because of the original
the
pilot
original.
for Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
It was portrayed by a Latina.
Yeah, a short-haired,
Yes.
short-haired woman. Yeah,
And the Rangers and the Red Ranger, I think he was African American as well. Like they changed it a lot. They scrapped everything to do this new version, probably because of budget reasons for the stuntmen / actors.
yeah.
They wanted them to do because that was before
there's a lot
Saban
of
was like, wait a
struggles
minute,
that go on in the movie industry.
because I don't know if those guys were
Yeah, there
you know
was
those
a
guys
lot.
and girls were martial artists / gymnast. They were probably just actors.
No,
the original
yeah.
pilots.
I think that was
Mhm.
the reason is that they weren't able to do some the stunts and they didn't have the money to hire like stunt actors for a lot of the stuff. So
they
they
said
so
they
they
just
actually
said
got like
they got
gymnasts.
both.
Yeah,
They
they
got both martial artists and gymnasts.
Yeah, exactly. So they could do
Yeah.
both type of action sequences.
Yeah.
Which was probably the
Yeah,
best
now-
thing because if we didn't have that, Jason David Frank, I don't think he would have ever had a career in the Power Rangers unless he was a bad guy.
True. No,
He probably would have been all
Yeah.
the Power Ranger cast members that were the heroes. No, they would have been villains. They would have been fighting the Power Rangers.
That's what I was like when I first came in here. That's what I was saying. If it wasn't for Jason David Frank and all the kids, writing in saying we want him back, I don't think that this show would have gone more than one season.
Yeah, it would have been like, oh, this was good. I think Kamen Rider, they would have tried to replicate it with Mask Rider or Kamen Rider, and it probably would have gotten canceled. After this,
Exactly, because people wouldn't have followed it. I mean,
case in points, Beetleborg and VR Troopers did not do well.
Exactly.
This isn't just speculation. Literally 2 series, two series after Power Rangers.
Not only that, but then there was Superhuman Samurai. There was Beverly, Masked Riders or something from Beverly Hills. There was Superhuman Cyber Squad. There was so many. Yeah, there was
VR Troopers.
Yeah, VR Troopers. I mean, they had a whole bundle of those coming from every channel.
So
we're about to go over some of the monsters Zed created. All right, cool.
Sergeant, can you increase the volume of your mic by any chance?
Yeah, Sergeant. Yeah, turn your
sure
mic. Yeah, we can't hear you as well.
Oh, sorry, I have a fan on, but I'll move
Oh,
to
it's
another
all right.
room. Let's
No,
start
no,
with
no,
Cannon.
no,
That's better. That's
No,
better.
you sound fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start
Yeah,
with Cannon Top.
Yeah, you sound great now. We just
Yeah.
couldn't. You were a little.
we couldn't hear you, dude. So we didn't know. That's why we were talking
No problem.
about a tangent about why these shows got canceled. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's Cannon Top. This is one created by Zed. He was also seen throughout most of the show using the power of his scepter to create monsters out of some of the Power Rangers stuff. Yeah, Tom and Billy's toy cannon was one of the things that he created a
that's
monster out of.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was Lord Zed's thing.
Yeah,
Like Rita and Finster's thing, they would create monsters like out of clay and just
Yeah.
do their own thing. Lord Zed would turn actual like objects into
or animals.
Yeah.
Is
Like
it
the first-
me? Is it me or does that minion, right? Doesn't he look like basically like heavy mech version of the Black Ranger? Like they just said, "Oh, we're just gonna get a copy of this Black Ranger suit and just put like a whole bunch of stuff on top of it." It really looks like that, right? I'm not
They-
saying
they-
stuff.
Yeah.
No, they probably
Wow, that's amazing.
It's like they
I was
modified
actually
the
gonna
Black
say,
Ranger
look
suit
from-
for this.
it's like they mixed the Black Knight with the Black Ranger or something.
Yeah, it's
I was
like
going to say it looked like something
Yeah.
from 40K as well. like
it's
the
like-
Titans in 40K
Yeah.
with all the
Yeah.
weapons that they have on there.
Because it's known in the series that they would recycle stuff. That's
yeah.
like the helmets and stuff, right? They
Yeah.
would recycle those things like it was candy
Yeah.
dishes.
Oh
man.
hell yeah!
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
That's
you make a good point
Sebon's
there.
motto.
Well, later on, when you
I
had
think this
the
was Walt-
wedding episodes, they had all the monsters that they defeated all back again, doing whatever stuff as well. And I was like, hang on,
Oh.
weren't they all like defeated or dead? But
Yeah,
Okay.
Wootage 84. Yeah, those evil Rangers.
I remember the
those
evil
were
Rangers. Yeah,
those were awful. Those suits, those masks.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sad.
Oh my god.
Can
They
you?
were
If the
terrible.
suits were good, those would have been a great enemies for the Power Rangers.
Yeah, why
Oh my
couldn't
God,
they just
yeah.
why couldn't they just use like extra helmets? Like they could be the exact same helmets for the Rangers, but just
And put spikes on it. Put
Yeah,
like
yeah.
spikes or something.
yeah, like
Yeah.
make them
Or
grunge.
Yeah.
mohawks or mohawk spikes.
Yeah,
To represent them being.
they really could have done something cool with that, but those
They could have been the
masks made
Road
it-
Warriors, but for the Power Rangers, like
Yeah.
like literally bad guys.
Yeah, those masks they really took away the coolness of that.
they
team.
they literally look like the cheapest kind of costumes you could
know.
buy on
Oh.
Temu for Power Rangers
Yes.
right now.
Exactly.
You know what
They
it looks
cost
like?
like $5 or something.
They make the Peter Parker Spider-Man 1 wrestling suit look like an actual cool suit.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
The human spider
yeah,
outfit looks
look
better
at-
than this.
yeah.
well, it just looks like the putty
Yeah,
people,
looks like they
but
were in a rush or
painted. That's
we
literally what it
got
looks
one
like.
more coming in to join us, folks.
Hey,
Oh,
finally!
Awesome.
Welcome.
Roadkill.
Yo, what's going
Hey,
on?
sorry guys, so sorry. I got here a little bit earlier than I thought. I've been
No
listening
problem.
the whole time, so I'm glad I'm here. Thank you.
Hey, good to see you, Roadkill. I saw you last night
You're
on
welcome.
Tony's.
Hey, oh, right on. Hey, good to see you, man. Yeah, there's a little bit of issue happening over there, but
I know. That's why
we got it sorted. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody thought that you were the issue for a while, and I was like, no,
Yes.
no.
Oh
I
my
was like,
god! And yeah, I had to talk to Tony in the background, and he talked to me, and he was like, "Hey, man, I was just trying to be discreet." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I totally get it." But yeah, I got yelled at for censorship, and I was like, "No, guys, you don't get it."
Yeah,
You know, yeah.
Yeah, I had to set some people straight earlier today. I was like, no, dude, that wasn't the issue. So I came to your rescue as a
Thank you,
Ranger
brother.
should.
That's so cool. Thank you.
Yes.
No problem.
Anyway,
There you
folks,
go.
we're on the part where we're talking about some of the terribly designed suits that were being used used on set for Zed's Evil Rangers that weren't that big a deal after all.
It wasn't even
Yeah.
the suits. It was the masks. Like the suits look fine if they had like a cool helmet to go over it. It was just
Creepy.
those masks.
They
It looked
they
so
all look like rejected Slipknot members.
yes. They look like
Yeah.
They look.
or some kind of serial killers. I mean,
Yeah.
They also look like
Yeah.
they look like cult They look like crazy
Yeah.
cult members.
exactly.
Or Cenobites
And
from
not
Hellraiser or something.
Yeah, Cenobites.
Also, they also needed to change.
Yeah.
They needed to change the helmet. The outfits weren't that bad. It looked okay.
Yeah.
But the
from the neck
helmets.
down, it looks cool.
But they needed to have a good helmet. This looks
Yeah.
terrible. I don't know
And
what
it-
they were
They look
thinking.
like putties. Yeah.
And all they had to do, like I said, was just use an extra helmet of like put the Red Ranger helmet on, a Pink Ranger helmet on, and just like make it a darker color. Like a just
Yes,
like
do the color saturation thing
Or-
like
or-
you
or-
used
yeah.
to do.
or put a mohawk or put some spikes on it or something like
Yeah.
that. Like you
Yeah,
were
like
saying,
some devil horns or something.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been so cool.
How-
Yeah. Or
How
even
funny
a
that would
one-horn.
have been
Or
if they
even-
would have kept the Green Ranger around by using saturation on the Yellow Ranger outfit with the Japanese footage. Yeah, the Green Ranger's alive, guys. Why isn't the Yellow Ranger and the Green Ranger
Yeah.
interacting? Why are they always gone?
Yeah.
They're the same person.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
The-
Yeah, they
oh,
were acting
yeah.
like they were in a rush. those
This
things
first
made.
image, did y'all know in the comic books Lord Zed became a Power Ranger?
Oh, I didn't know that.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the new, I guess it was like 2 years ago now, but Lord Zed became a Power Ranger, and it was in an alternate timeline, but Mistress Vile, which is basically Rita, from an alternate timeline, killed Master Vile and took his power. And y'all have to read it, man. It is
Wow.
such a good story. It is
I know that Rita
Wow.
was a Green Ranger in the 2016-2017
Yeah.
movie, which
Yeah.
I didn't like. It was okay.
I
But
didn't like it.
I didn't like that they basically race swapped.
Yeah.
They race swapped everybody, even Rita.
Yeah.
Rita's not a hot Asian woman anymore. Instead,
Yeah.
you made her
Yeah.
into an okay looking
White girl. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine, but it's like they made her hideous. They made her grotesque, like she's like a reptile or something.
And
Yeah,
Zordon-
it's kind of sad because Elizabeth Banks used to be really hot as well.
Yeah.
And instead, they made her into a reptile monster.
Yeah.
humanoid thing.
Yeah.
and Zordon became an asshole, man. Like he treated those teenagers with attitude like shit.
Ironically played by
Yeah,
Bryan
Bryan
Cranston.
Cranston. Exactly.
And he was a Red Ranger briefly, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Zordon in that canon, in that lore, he was a Red
was,
Ranger.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that is, I mean, that is canon in the comic books. He was like the original Red Ranger.
And it makes sense for Zordon to be a Power Ranger because how would he know about the Power Rangers
Yeah.
other than he created the Zords and the morphin powers and stuff? No, he had to have been one
Yeah.
for him to know it.
And Lord Zed is actually from Eltar as well, so he's an Altarian
Yeah.
as well with Zordon. So they're the same species, Zordon and Lord Zed. But Lord Zed got his like skin burnt off after he tried to take over.
I
Eltar.
always thought Zed was like a demon with like basically like a
I did
Spawn-esque inspired character, which was pretty cool if that was the case. But no, he got burned off.
Yeah,
I assume that's actually what they were originally going for in the series in terms of like aesthetics.
Yeah, he looks
It's a-
he looks like the coolest bad guy I ever
Yes.
saw.
He did
Yeah,
for
he
like
sure
not
is.
even for a kids series. Like you have like
Exactly.
even for like a superhero or like sci-fi whatever series.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
can pass as like a villain.
yeah.
Well,
he
even
was
even now when
terrifying.
you rewatch it, like when I've been rewatching, he looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You could put him into any type of TV show as a villain, and it would work.
Yeah, he was
He looks pretty
terrifying,
fucking
man. And his voice,
Yeah.
man, I mean, everything about him, and the blood pumping through those hoses on his body. You know, I mean, he doesn't have veins, I guess.
Mhm.
I mean, the man, dude.
Oh,
Also-
and his theme tune as well.
Yeah.
Dun,
Al-
dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
yeah, I
dun,
know.
dun.
Also, is it weird
Yeah.
that
Lord Zed.
the Red Ranger in the rebooted movie, he almost looks like Brandon Lee with his hair with like a blonde hair?
Wow.
No, I'm serious. You dark his hair, he's Brandon Lee. He looks like Brandon Lee, which is crazy.
Red Ranger.
Yes, if you colored his hair darker, right? Picture it in your head. If you
Are you
darken,
talking about Rocky or
no, I'm talking about in the Power Ranger movie with Bryan Cranston in it.
Oh,
He
okay.
looks like
Yeah.
Brandon Lee with
I've
dirty
never-
blonde hair.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that because I never noticed.
It's been years since I've seen
Crow,
it.
The Crow is one of my favorite movies, so I have to check that out.
Yeah, he's just with short hair, right? With short, dirty blonde
Yeah.
hair, he's Brandon Lee. If you darken his hair,
cool.
he's the spitting image of Brandon Lee.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, What do
Anyway.
people think of the reboot film anyway? Sorry, Sergeant, just to derail for a second.
I liked it, but it could have been better. And I didn't like had they continued, they would have made Tommy into a girl, or the cast members wanted
Yeah.
him to be a girl. How are you going to turn that into a girl? They called him Tommy, and it was
Yeah.
a male jacket.
Yeah.
It was a male
Yeah.
Letterman jacket. What are you going to call her? Tamisha or Tamika?
No, they were gonna call her.
Oliver?
They were gonna call her Tommy. There's a fan film where there's a female Tommy Ranger. If you go to Unworthy Productions, it's they have all power. They actually do really good work. So if
Yeah.
you'll go to Unworthy Productions, they have all sorts of short films, and they do really good action and cinematography. They have they do really good work. So go check them out.
I will.
I played a few of their videos on my stream one time, and Ninjor's in one of them, and the whole theme or the plot of the show is that the arbiter or the first ranger ever created is coming to take the powers of all the rangers because they're not worthy of the power. And so go and check it out. It is awesome.
Interesting.
I'll take a look into it. I just found it weird though
All right.
that like they were gonna call Tommy
okay.
Tamisha. Yeah.
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 I
Anyway,
wish
I'd like to go over another monster.
yeah.
I'd like to go over another monster that created out of the Power Rangers stuff, like this pinball machine that Rocky got addicted to.
I think it's a pachinko machine.
A pachinko machine.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're
Yeah.
popular over in Japan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
And this is in California,
Yeah.
so I would not be surprised if some Japantown or Asian town areas had those things lying around, and the Saban crew said, yeah, we'll buy this from you.
Yeah, I remember my uncle had
Yeah.
one.
Yep. Zed got fascinated by Tommy's addiction to the Vajenko machine, and he decided to make a monster out of it.
It looks
And
like a
that monster
genie.
Yep, a genie that looks almost like a clock.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah.
a live action Yu-Gi-Oh character, like one of the cards, like when I summon Pachinko Maga in attack mode.
MC Hammer Pants Clock.
I was going to say the same thing. The hammer pants.
Now reverse time Pachinko Mega Time Ranger.
I was thinking they look like Aladdin's pants.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
MC Hammer, same
Yeah.
same difference.
Yeah,
Parachute
yeah.
pants, yeah.
Same dude, probably.
Yeah, same dude.
Yeah,
You can't touch this, so.
Mhm.
yeah.
And it's a whole new world anyway, so
Yeah, exactly. a
there's another
new fantastic point of view.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie; those pants
Yeah.
would probably be comfortable to wear to train in martial arts or doing.
Oh,
yoga
for
or
sure.
something.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd probably get a couple of pants like that in different colors, just for training alone. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna
Maybe
wear
the pants,
this.
but not the shoes he was wearing.
No, the shoes. I'm gonna wear
No.
sneakers. I'm gonna wear sneakers. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
wear those ridiculous shoes. But
yeah.
the
There's a
pants,
telescope.
I'll wear them even just to walk outside because they look comfy.
But I will say the monsters in season 2 are actually pretty cool, due to the fact that he makes them out of like any type of object or like a creature or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
was a
then-
cool move. I thought. Yeah.
And then when instead of like throwing down his staff to make him bigger, he throws like this what is it, pot or
He just-
or something like that, and they either
Fire,
drink
like-
it or it explodes and they get bigger instead.
Yeah. And here's the monster that tried to erase the Power Rangers' memory. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the names except like the first several from the first season 1.
Yeah, the second season ones weren't as iconic as the first.
Yeah,
No,
I
exactly.
like
Yeah.
the Lord of Illusions and all those were iconic. Woodage makes a good point though. Shame we never got to see Dragon Zord and the Thunder Megazord side by side in the same shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah, I
him
was
there.
reading that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Because that would have
would've
been
been
a cool.
cool.
That would have been a cool combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and what's also fascinating about this monster that all it took were the two silly bullies to confront this bastard and use those mirrors to actually help put a stop to his evil plans. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
forgot-
basically the same trick that was used to defeat Medusa in mythology.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Clash of the Titans, man. I
Yeah,
watched that so many times.
yeah, they did an old Wild West showdown with this guy, and by using those mirrors to help draw his power into, they freed the Rangers from their memory loss.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it costed them their memories as well. Yeah. Yeah.
I never understood this in Power Ranger lore, like the Putty Rangers or whatever you want to call those abominations.
Yeah, the evil
Ugh.
Zed Rangers. Yeah.
They had orange and purple
Yeah.
Ranger. Like you couldn't make extra Rangers. Just
I
in
know, right?
case.
You didn't have extra
Yeah, I
suits laying
know.
around.
You could have had rainbow colored, like literally excluding white and black. You could have had all the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah.
yeah.
You could have had a teal Ranger or whatever. You could have had you could have had a turquoise Ranger. You could have had various
A
Rangers.
fuchsia
A dark
Ranger.
crimson ranger.
A
Yeah.
lavender Ranger, which is like a light purple.
Yeah.
Lavender.
Yeah,
Or even
Nice.
a Sapphire Ranger, or a,
Yeah.
Yeah, or a ruby
Yeah.
Ranger, or
A ruby?
maroon Ranger, because it'd be a
Oh.
darker red.
Yeah.
burgundy ranger. Ooh,
Burgundy.
ugh.
And then you could have the evil one, which is the corduroy ranger.
Yeah.
The khaki, the khaki
the
ranger.
really aggressive one, the tartan ranger.
And-
Oh, and speaking of Rangers, there's one I like to go over who ended up taking Trini's place, and that would be Aisha.
yeah, Aisha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, introduced, and either in the two-part power transfer of power, or a couple episodes before it, she, along with young Bosch, Adam, and Rocky, seemed much more cooperative
Yeah.
to the crew.
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
I
So
really
far,
wish
Johnny and
that we
Bosch.
were. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
No,
I
you
was
go
just
ahead.
okay. I was just gonna say. I really wish that they would have stuck with one canon for the movie and
Mhm.
had Ninjor in the movie. That would have been awesome instead of having Dulcia. I mean, Dulcia was cool; she was hot and everything. But I think that would have been so cool to have like a budget for a movie and have Ninjor in
Yeah.
there giving
Yeah.
the powers.
It was like a narrative non sequitur, though.
Yeah,
Like it just came out of nowhere.
yeah,
It doesn't make sense though that basically because of this mess up or mishap,
Darker hair.
they had to basically create the movie, and the TV series had to be in a different universe,
exactly.
which is
Yeah.
stupid. I'm like, why? Why can't it be in the
Yeah.
same universe?
I know.
Exactly.
You know it's bad when the Rugrats and the Simpsons and other animated series like South Park, they are a canon to the
Exactly.
actual shows.
Yeah,
It's not in an alternate universe. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like it's like even in the anime series like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto, until they're the newer ones, everything was in a different universe.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
like, come on, it can't be, it has to be in the same universe because that's what makes it awesome.
Exactly.
Now it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this never happened in the TV show, or this never happened.
and the
in movie.
costumes changed. I mean, you had awesome costumes, and then you had to go back to the spandex and everything. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
but Aisha was a good Yellow Ranger. I think she wasn't any Thui Trang, but she was a good replacement.
Yeah, when I remember as a kid watching it, I didn't feel any sort of like, oh, this sucks. Who is this person?
Yeah.
She fit right in. Yeah.
Yeah,
I unfortunately I felt like that when I was younger because
Yeah.
I'm like, why are
Mm.
what happened to the other guys? Like,
I
why?
get you. I get you.
I was a little pissed off. I'm like, damn it, why?
A purist. Yep.
I didn't like the movie Morphers, and I'm a little vexed as to why they didn't take the all of the costumes that they had in the movie into the show.
Because
I know
had
they
money.
did briefly
They had
for the
money.
ninja stuff, but
I slowly fell in love with the newer cast members eventually, but in the
Yeah.
beginning I was like, I don't like this at all. This sucks.
yeah,
I didn't like the change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the change that makes you feel weird. It's not that I didn't like it
yeah.
or I liked it.
Yeah.
It's that there was that change where you're like, what happened? Like
I'm not
I
saying
just
they
watched-
couldn't be on the team, but it's like you couldn't create other colored Ranger costumes and paid the
No,
other actors more money.
It is
Yeah.
the fact that, because you're so used to the other people. That's what it is. And then when
You
someone
grow an
else
attachment
comes
to them.
along and change, you're like, well, what the hell? What's going on? That's just
Yeah.
a natural thing. It's not because you don't like them. It's because, something's just changed and it's like, well, what the hell's going on? Like, why's all this is
Well,
happening?
This is where they messed up as well, because Karen Ashley has got some curves, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
But the dude in the costume
It doesn't.
does not.
No.
So they got away with it in the first season, but there's no chance they got away with it in the second.
there's a lot of more happening.
A lot of morphine. Yeah.
Oh. Double the morphin, double the pleasure.
What did they have? That would have been funny in the canon explanation. Zordon's like, well, you see, the suits constrict your air and blood flow. That's why you look different in your costumes, Rangers. Which would be a good canon explanation for us to buy when we were younger.
Sir,
Yeah.
excuse me. Now when I go to the bathroom, I have to sit down. Is that a part of this?
We'll make a flap just for you.
That's a fair comment though. As kids, we didn't care, and Saban knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
I
one of those
agree.
kids. I kind of gave into it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I do slightly remember a little bit of like, what is this? But I think maybe like by episode 2 or 3, I was like, whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about Zed's enemies in this, wasn't Cyclopsis Goldar's Zord in season 2, or was that season 1?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because I know he came back twice. Let me I'll look it up myself actually. Because Cyclopsis was one of the best villains out there. Power Rangers.
All right, so this is different from Eye Guy.
Yeah, this is this is Iborg, Eye Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyclopsis.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't like that the newer Power Ranger movie that they did. They made Rita Repulsa. I know why they made her into a robot. It was because the original actress passed away.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
but she became a good person. She had her
Yeah.
own team of Rangers.
Yeah,
What are you gonna
exactly.
say? That's an alternate universe. It never happened in the Mighty Morphin verse.
Yeah.
I thought they were all in the same universe, with the
Well-
exception of a couple of series.
Well, I mean,
Well, they came up with some bullshit
yeah.
of like the evil aspect of Rita Repulsa. Managed to escape her body once she was cleansed of it, and then it infected some machines and yada yada and TV logic, and
It's
now
so-
we've got robot
it's-
Rita Repulsa.
It's dumb. I know why they it was a compromise, but it's
Yeah.
like at that point, just say Rita had a daughter or a niece that
Yeah.
looked like her or kind of like her, and just
Yeah,
call it
or
a day.
just say the magic reinvigorated someone like her, and then
Exactly.
she took up the mantle of Rita Repulsa.
she
as
said,
opposed to
"I'm
making
now
her some
Rita."
silly robot.
Like you do it where like she thinks she's Rita. It's like I'm Rita Repulsa or I'm Rita Repulsa now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how you can get away with this Rita Repulsa. It's a new one.
Yeah. Well, they
Yeah.
also in the
Especially
new,
since they were trying to do a fan service with the 2017 film. They were trying to come out and go, "Hey, all you guys that grew up with this, check this out." And it's like when you do that, you got to remember that all of us are nerds. A lot of us that liked it, and we're going to be paying attention. And they, Hollywood did its thing. They did little weird, twists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they do that with a lot of things as well.
Mhm.
They don't always explain everything. Like Hollywood and all that never learns this, especially with stuff like Power Rangers, Star Trek, even in Xena Warrior Princess as well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the fans would all, the hardcore fans and all that sort of stuff will look at every single little thing, and then when it comes to actually talking to the actors or the creators of the shows and stuff, they would actually ask these questions to them, but they never learn because they still have to come up with excuses of why they did it, but they never actually explain it properly. They never learn from other people's mistakes or their own mistakes.
They never think too much about it.
Yes.
Well, that's the problem with Hollywood, though, right? Or like certain Western companies, they think, oh, we'll change it and people will like it. That doesn't always work. That's a rare exception to the rule. Like, for example, The Mask with Jim Carrey, right, in 94, around the time Mighty Morphin was around, right? That worked because they changed it from a horror movie that could have been rated R.
Exactly.
Let's be real. I don't think it would have done well. It would have flopped in the box office. It's a direct-to-video movie if they made it.
Exactly.
The way they wanted it to as a horror movie, comic book movie.
Yeah, the comic book was really gruesome, very vulgar, very violent. They
had to make him into a crackpot, comedy god thing.
Yeah,
superhero for it to work and make money.
Yeah.
And that was the rare exception where Hollywood tweaked something and it worked. With Power Rangers, you can't always do that.
No.
Obviously,
it already had its thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Whereas The Mask had its thing in comics, but I think a lot of people at that time were like, this isn't a big selling comic book. I remember seeing them as a kid because I used to collect comics, but I never owned one. But so I don't know.
It
the lore
also
of
wasn't
it.
a very good adaptation. It was almost completely divorced from the comic.
Oh, completely. Yeah. I mean, the only thing was that Loki was the god of mischief, and that was the mask that he sent down.
Yeah, and the character was named Stanley Ipkiss, but he was not like the comic book version. The comic book version was a nerdy guy, whereas Stanley, he was awkward. He was socially awkward. He loved cartoons, but I wouldn't completely call him nerdy to an extent. Other than that.
Yeah,
you didn't even have Jim wear glasses in certain scenes of the movie, so they completely voided anything from the comic other than the name Stanley Ipkiss.
Yeah, you needed like a Rick Moranis, Stanley, Tully from Ghostbusters type of character.
Imagine Stanley, Excelsior, I'm the Mask. Hell yes.
Speaking on that, speaking on the transitions from movie to movie or like cast to cast, this past weekend we watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids twice. The first movie with me and my kids, and she really like connected with that original cast. And then I was like, okay, you want to watch the second one? She was like, absolutely. And so once I put the second one on, she was like, wait a minute. Where'd they all go? I was like, well, I mean, the dad's still the same, but everyone else changes. And she's like, where's the neighbors? Where's all this? And I was like, yeah, I know, I get you.
Yeah, that's true.
And they did that with Son of the Mask when it was supposed to be The Mask 2 with Jim Carrey, and people say that it was never going to happen. No, that's BS because the Nintendo Power magazine, they couldn't advertise that because they would have gotten in trouble. So
they ran a competition, didn't they?
Yeah, they said if you won this competition, you get to be an extra in The Mask 2. They showed the logo and everything.
Holy crap.
And it was real until Jim said, no, I'm not doing The Mask 2. I don't want to be doing sequels.
I did not know that. And then he goes and does Dumb and Dumber or whatever.
He did Ace Ventura 2 as well, but he said it was because of a contract thing. And I'm like, Ace Ventura 2 was way better than the first one. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought they were good.
I like them both. I think I have a nostalgia for the first one though.
Yes.
He was just chasing a check. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that was his first big movie, Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
It's very rare where you find actors that are like they're in it because they have a passion behind it. It's I wouldn't say
Yeah.
rare, but it's uncommon. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
imagine that's like even in Power Rangers, there probably were some people that just did this for a paycheck. And I'm not even
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about the Power Rangers. I'm talking about like the voice actors
Yeah,
or some of the
I feel like
actors on
Elizabeth
the show.
is a nerd. I feel like
Producers.
Elizabeth's a little dorky. In real life, I don't know.
Mhm.
I heard that somewhere. That she's into like comic culture or something like that. Where she's
Who is?
kind of one of us. Yeah.
who is
Elizabeth. What's her name?
Banks?
Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that Amy also is a nerd because
Yeah,
she remember
Amy Jo Johnson is awesome.
she I remember
Yeah.
she did a Power Rangers
A comic.
D&D no she not only a comic but D&D, right?
Oh, wow.
She did a
That's
D&D
hardcore.
and she reprised her role as the Pink Ranger as the DM for the
That is
for the
awesome.
so she reprised her and it's canon that D&D thing is canon to the Power Rangers lore.
Can you find it on YouTube?
Sweet.
No, it was on Twitch. I don't know if they removed it or not, but
man,
I know
love it.
Christina V, the voice actress for Killua from Hunter x Hunter and one of the Sailor Moon Sailor Scouts, which by the way, I
Uh-huh.
think she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
So she was in that, and I'm like, because I saw something. Her and Andre the Black Nerd, that's what he
Oh,
calls
yeah.
himself. He was
Oh,
in
yeah.
the D&D thing, and this was back in
Oh, that-
2017.
that's okay. I know. I remember seeing that. I just didn't remember Amy Jo Johnson being a part of
Yes,
that.
it's canon. It's canon because she was involved, and because Seban at the time, before they got sold to Hasbro, it was canon to the Power Rangers
And-
lore.
And I
That's,
think
that's really cool. I
think-
like her even more now.
wasn't Bulk a part of
Oh.
that too?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. It's been so long, but
I'm-
yeah,
I'm
but
pretty
this
sure
is
he
canon.
was.
This is canon to basically Mighty Morphin and everything before
That's
Hasbro
awesome.
bought it.
Yeah,
So they are official Power Rangers, even though that's a game that they played for Twitch.
yeah.
Everybody in that cast of the D&D are official Power Rangers. It
that's
doesn't.
cool.
Christina V is the Yellow Ranger in that series,
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's really
and
cool.
Black Nerd I think he was the Blue Ranger.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so it's canon. It isn't like, oh, it's just the game. They played this game and that was it, and we just filmed it. No, that's canon.
Yeah,
to
I
Seban.
remember he was so excited when he got that that part. I remember watching his videos and he was just so pumped for that.
Yeah.
I would be too, though. I mean,
I would because it's not just a game. You're in
Yeah.
official lore of Power Rangers, and
Exactly.
obviously you're not shooting scenes, but the game is
Yeah.
connected to the universe.
yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can do that again in the future, and if they do, I will happily want to audition for that.
Oh, for sure.
Hell yeah.
While we're still on Zed's monsters, Serpentera is probably the best monster from season 2. His Zord, that big dragon. It was like bigger than like any. It was like 4 Zords tall. Y'all remember Serpentera?
I vaguely
Oh,
remember
Serpentera.
Serpentera. It probably because he was the biggest one.
Yeah,
That's the
vaguely.
only-
Yeah.
only reason.
Let's see. It was Serpentera. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, they had the toy. It was huge, man.
Yeah.
You want to bet the reason why they call it Serpentera, not only because of serpent, but because of the word Pantera. They're like,
Yeah,
we're gonna
I-
merge serpent and Pantera
Exactly.
together.
Exactly.
Serpentera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's metal as hell.
Yes.
in the comic books, the new Green Ranger, that's his new Zord. That's his new Dragon Zord, Serpentera.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they should have played tens whenever Serpentera appeared on screen. Brawly's theme
Yeah.
song from one of the Dragon Ball Z movies.
Yeah. 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 Dude, Serpentera was awesome. That was a sick monster when he lands on Earth and he's just like the hugest thing. There was no way that any Zord could match him.
Right.
Yeah, Zed's ship.
Yeah. That's how he got to Earth. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just had to bring that up because that was season 2 that he came.
Exactly. A huge version of Red Dragon Thunder Zord.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely larger version of Dragon Zord.
Oh,
And more
huge.
Basically the same model with a different paint job.
Yeah. And it looks
hopefully
it looks a lot like my Dragon Zord.
they cop.
Oh boy.
Yeah, breaking up.
Yeah, you were breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're I can't hear you now at all.
Oh, we can hear you.
No, I was talking to whoever was talking before.
You're talking about me, right?
I think
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah. You sound good, Giratina.
Thank you. Anyway.
You're very welcome.
My name, by the way, Theta. My name's King. So
King.
you can-
Cool. Yeah, is that Scorpina that you have on your avatar?
Huh?
No, that's
He's from Tekken.
that's King. It's Tekken. It's Armor King.
Oh, that's who
yeah.
I always
Yeah.
I always
love
played
Tekken, man.
on Tekken.
That's why I like the shoulder pads. That's what I'm like saying. Like,
Yep.
you couldn't make evil Power Rangers with like shoulder pads, like the Road Warrior, because they were a wrestling tactic, and Mad Max, like the
Yeah.
Road Warrior. You couldn't give
Yeah.
the evil Rangers like a cool, like
Exactly.
spikes and stuff on their shoulder pads.
But they,
As
but
they did in Mad Max Thunderdome.
they
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
rectify it though with the Psycho Rangers eventually though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those were cool Rangers.
Oh yeah,
Go
Scorpina
Psycho Rangers.
You know.
and
You
Scorpina,
crazy
man.
Psycho Rangers.
I gotta say, like Scorpina, Rita, and Yellow Ranger. That's probably why I'm into Asian women.
Yeah. Well,
That did play a role in my life.
It's
think you're
Lucy
right
Lou.
about that,
Lucy Lou.
That-
It's Lucy Lou.
That's
Scorpina.
something else as well, though, isn't it?
Well, Lucy Liu came after that, so you know.
yeah. That's
Oh.
funny.
Now I
It's like in
understand why I
season
like it.
1, everyone noticed the fact that the Black Ranger was black and the Yellow Ranger was Asian.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
why are all of the villains from space Asian? Is space just full of Asians?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Oh my God, we're about to get demonetized.
Oh, we're gonna get,
Also,
get Sergeant demonetized.
Also, fun fact about Johnny Young Bosch. You know, originally he wasn't called Johnny Young Bosch. Originally, he was just Johnny Bosch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the reason why he's called, because technically his mom, that's her maiden name, is Young,
Yeah.
because she's
Yeah.
Korean.
Yeah.
So when he came, because he's half German and half Korean from his parents. So what happened was,
Yeah.
Tae Tran left. They needed another Asian actor
Oh,
to be on the show, and he was half, right?
Gotcha.
So they said, "Hey, you look Asian, right? We know you're half Asian, but can you modify your name?
Yeah, can we
so
change
that way
your
people
name
know?
so that people know that you're Asian?
Yeah, so we know that you're Asian.
Yeah.
So that's why he's instead of Johnny Bosch, it's Johnny
Yeah.
Young Bosch
Yeah.
to represent guys, we know he's
That's
Asian.
hilarious. I never heard that. That's hilarious.
So he still has this name to this day. I don't know if he legally changed his name just for simplicity reasons, but yeah, that's why he's called Johnny Young Bosch.
Now that you mention it, every time I do hear somebody refer to him, I hear them refer to him as Johnny Bosch. So I think
Yeah.
his friends probably call him Johnny Bosch. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Because
This
I think he legally changed his name to Johnny Young Boss just so that way,
Yeah.
so people know who he is, and also
Yes.
for medical or tax reasons,
that
they
makes
know it's the
sense.
same person.
But his
Yeah.
but his friends probably call
Yeah,
him
they just
by-
call him Johnny Bosch,
Yeah.
probably.
yeah
The older friends, the newer ones, they probably call him both.
yeah.
Johnny
think
Young or
everyone
Johnny
probably just
Young
calls him
Bosch.
John.
Yeah, just John or
John.
Johnny.
Yeah.
John Bosch.
It's like, how often do you walk up to someone and just announce their whole name?
Well, if you're in the entertainment industry, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, I don't have. I'm saving up for a Master Morpher. I do have my regular Morpher here. I'll show you.
Is it true during the when they the morphers, right? The coin thing, they had to put Velcro on it because it kept popping off
Yep.
whenever they.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
So to
exactly
prevent
what-
it from happening, they had to put Velcro on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. All right. Let's see. Let me
Yeah.
turn this on.
And
I have so many
slightly
of these toys, man.
irritatingly, because the dimensions of a lot of the modern morphers that have been produced in various series, like for example the legacy ones, won't be the same as ones that have been produced recently, even though they should be the same dimensions.
Oh,
They
all right.
won't accept the same coins.
Awesome.
Now
Yeah,
it's,
cool,
Morphin
man.
time.
it's morphin time, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, I got that one. Yeah.
I got that one, and then I got the Lord Draken and White Ranger as well. I'm trying.
Also-
I'm
also
making
you-
my own coin.
Fun fact, in one of the
Amazing.
Japanese Sentai series, right? They pay tribute to the Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin. They said it's morphing time. It was the 3-man team. It was the yellow, red, and blue ranger. They whenever they transformed, they said it's morphin time.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Sweet.
They watched the American series, obviously.
And saw how popular it was. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both sort of affecting each other now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I would love in the future for a Sentai / Power Ranger series to be in the same universe, and like that would be hard to do due to language barrier / dubbing thing, but it would be cool if the Power Rangers interacted with their Sentai counterparts.
That would be
Didn't
cool.
they do a crossover in the comics?
Well, they've
Yeah.
done a lot of crossovers in the comics.
They
There's
did
Yeah, a lot of
they did a semi crossover in the series. Like they said, oh, this is a Japanese show based on us, and they
Yeah.
just used the Japanese footage of that series that they based on it.
Yeah, well, I
That's
know,
all
just
they
like,
did.
We'll just reuse season 1's footage again.
Yeah, they just showed them driving without their helmets on, and it's like, oh, that's us. But they're
Yeah.
so different than us.
Uh-huh.
It was a TV show.
Like, hold on, they're all Asian. Are they from space?
Yeah, exactly. Are they aliens?
oh my god.
Sorry. We're just messing around.
No problem. Anyway, there's also episodes where where Power Rangers are forced back in time when Zed
Yeah.
tries to strike from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Zed tried to have this. Yeah. There
Turn
was
him
a
into
camera
kids.
monster.
And there was also that episode where he took control of their parents as well.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh man, remember the episode when they all turned into kids for like, was it 10 episodes? They were
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
Why did they do that? I know
Yeah.
it's because they ran out of footage, but that's so dumb. They
Yeah.
literally couldn't just have them fight without their costumes.
And
Yeah.
then they had them in pictures as well, like trapped in
Yeah.
a photo
Yeah,
or something.
Yep.
I think there was I forget exactly who it was, but I think somebody had a major injury, and so everybody took a week. I was also during the time period
Yeah.
they were filming the Power Ranger movie, so they ended up having to do that during that time period, and they just kind of got like a week and a half off.
Yeah, that's right, because they filmed them concurrently, didn't they? They
Yeah,
did the movie and the show at the same
Exactly.
time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there was a special Halloween episode, and I saw this like a couple years ago back, and it was hilarious because the only ones that was there was Tommy, I think Kimberly, and I think Zach. They were the only ones that were in the episode, and they used archival footage for the other Rangers to appear as if they were in the episode just with their helmets on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were in the episode, and Ernie looked like he was a pimp too, which was hilarious. he was styling and profiling in his restaurant. That was pretty cool. He was all glittery suit.
Ernie kept his pimp hand strong, you know.
Hell yeah.
That's why he was a big guy.
I'm glad they gave him some love in the Once and Always episode.
Yeah.
Y'all know he passed away.
When did he pass away? That's pretty sad.
It was early 2000s, I think. It was a while ago. But
It's crazy to think how many of the original Japanese and American cast
are gone.
have
Yeah.
passed on now.
It is sad. The guy who voiced Zordon, not the one who played him physically, right? The guy who voiced Zordon passed away.
Yeah.
People confuse that sometimes. Oh no, the guy who physically no, he's still alive.
Yeah.
The one who voiced who dubbed over the screen version of Zordon.
Yeah.
He passed away.
What a bummer.
Yeah. It's sad. We've lost a lot of good Rangers in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we lost and we've lost a lot of star power too.
Yeah.
I think there's at least 2 or 3 Power Rangers actors that are actually in prison now as well.
Yeah,
well,
that's
Austin
true.
St. John got in trouble from that fraud due to COVID. I'm not. This isn't alleged. They arrested him for that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
then
right.
and then there was also a kid that was in one episode that the Power Rangers saved. He went on to be a
killer. He was a
killer.
killer. He
A serial killer.
He drowned. No, well, technically it is. He killed 2 people. He killed a
did.
husband and wife. He drowned them. He stole their
Oh
stuff.
shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what his name is, but it was really a sick story.
And I
Yeah,
think one of
never
the
forget
Psycho
childhood
Sim.
actors. Yeah,
I think one of the Red Rangers, not Austin St. John. This was before he got arrested. One of the Red Rangers got arrested for assault, or he almost killed somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he went to jail for that.
Yeah.
And one of them was drunk driving. One of the Rangers got arrested for being under the influence.
Yeah. Lots of sad stories.
I can't imagine arresting one of the Power Rangers and being like, "Sorry, dude. I'm sorry I have to do this.
Look, my son
really like
and
your
daughter love you, but I have to put you in jail. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Buttigieg is right. The Wild Force Red Ranger.
Oh yeah, Wild Force Red Ranger. Yeah,
Yeah.
What a complete disgrace he was.
Yeah, it's
Ninja Storm Red Ranger committed sewer slide.
Was it because he was going to go to jail for a long time? Because I think he did. He hurt somebody and then he got arrested for it.
Wow.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, that's bad.
Man, it's starting
My
to sound like
God.
there's a Power Ranger curse, man.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It might as
sounds
well be like the Crow, because
Yeah.
the Crow had the
Yeah.
same problem. People were dying
Exactly.
left and right. One of the stunt
Superman
coordinators
actors
who was in
was-
Rumble in the Bronx.
I know.
He was called Tony. He was working on the TV show, the one where who played Drebin, who by the way, he was the lead actor for Crying Freedman, and he was the Iron Chef American host.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
talking about Damascus Mike.
I don't remember. I know who he is. I just
Yeah,
unfortunately,
he was in Double Dragon.
Crying Freedman.
Yeah.
The Crow TV series in Canada. He was working with people died. Even Taehi Tran is a part of the Crow curse with the Power Ranger curse because she was a part of one of the Crow movies or TV shows.
Mark Takasia.
Yeah, that's right.
Wasn't
Was it
it
the
something
Crow
with
too
the
she was in?
Exodus?
I think it was the third one, or was it the TV show in Canada? Anyway, she
It was
died too. So
Yeah.
she's a part of the Power Rangers
Wow.
and Crow curse.
Yeah, that's
Oh
awful.
my God.
Yeah, because I think it was the
Really?
movie Exodus that had things happening during that time as well.
Also, the guy who played Fun Boy, who shot
Yeah.
Brandon Lee,
Oh, I
he
know.
died. He couldn't act for a year or two.
Yeah.
He had to take time off. He never watched the movie ever in his lifetime,
'cause-
and
yeah,
he
'cause
died of
he was-
cancer
he
like
was so
5
depressed.
years ago.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was so depressed.
Right, King.
Yeah, it's
King,
so
you're
sad.
actually right about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he never watched the film. He never did. He's like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
He had to take time off for like a year or two.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
And
I
then
couldn't
like
either, man.
6 years ago, he died of cancer.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
It's gotta. I mean, that weight on your shoulders has got to be so heavy to know that that you were the cause of that. You know.
That's
I mean,
what I'm saying. Like with
yeah,
Alec
you're right.
Baldwin, I'm like, dude, I don't, I see why the guy is like taking an. He sat down for a while because after you do something like that, it's not because people are demonizing you so much as it weighs on a good person's soul. It weighs on you, and so it's hard to want to be
Yeah.
productive or outgoing when you feel
Yeah.
that weight on you. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
and
wouldn't really say
Yeah,
Alec
you're right,
Baldwin's
guys.
a
She was
good
from one of
person.
the Pro movies.
Yes, she was.
Wow.
So the connection of Crow and Power Rangers is eerily disturbing. That they both have a connection to a degree
Interesting.
Yeah,
because of her.
My God.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Also, the actress
My
who played
God.
Rita Repulsa, or I don't know her, I don't remember her Japanese counterpart name, but like she died from cancer like in 2003 or 2004. That's why they had to create Robo Rita.
I think it was 2005, wasn't it? Was
Yeah,
it
she di-
pancreatic
she-
cancer?
Yeah, she died of pancreatic cancer.
Ooh.
So her
Yeah.
last season or series, which is pretty cool though in a way, right? She get to be a good guy and
Yeah.
lead her
Yeah.
own team of Sentai / Power Rangers,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is a fitting end for her career because it would have sucked if she was just a bad guy and they killed her off like that.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
glad that she got to be a hero
Yeah,
before
cool.
her
Well,
untimely
she
death.
was a super famous Super Sentai character actress.
Yeah,
Oh,
she played
yeah.
a whole bunch of villainous
Yeah, she
characters
was.
in the series before
Yeah.
becoming
Yeah.
Rita. It's like she
Yeah.
played other villain characters.
yeah,
So pretty much what you're saying is, if you get an opportunity of being in the Power Rangers, just say no.
or the Crow.
Just say
Yeah.
no.
well,
Just say no, kids.
It depends. If you're like Bryan Cranston, I'd say yes. If you're like Bryan Cranston.
But just to be
He's
safe,
the one-
just say no. He's like, I would love to, but no, it's all good, mate.
Well,
Yeah.
here's
Like,
another
You'll live
fact.
forever. You'll live forever, but your life is gonna be short.
Well,
Right.
here's a fun fact: the woman who played Olivia Benson from Law and Order SVU, she almost became a part of the Power Rangers lore.
Yeah, I know she was going to be
Oh
Dulcia.
wow.
She was, and they shot a couple of footage of
but
her,
yeah,
but they
didn't
never
like-
used it, and they lied to her. They
Yeah.
They never wanted her. She was a stand-in.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think they just didn't like the results that they were getting from her. Like she just didn't fit the parts. That's what I've heard anyway. These figures, I want this Lord Zed and Rita so bad.
Thank you. I'm looking at it right
Well,
now.
that
I'm like,
looks
I
good.
want that. Yeah.
They look so good. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
my own command center that I built a diorama for. I need to get like a Bandora's Palace and add them to it.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Rita and
Rose
Zed were
McIver-
married later on when she returned. Yeah, there was a 3-part episode of her wedding with Zed. After
Yeah.
she put him
Mhm.
under a spell
Yeah.
with the help of her minions.
Also,
Mhm.
the
You roofied him.
the Forever Power Rangers movie, it's a big continuity error, unless it's an alternate universe. Because remember, didn't they get rid of all the evil in the world? That's
Yes.
why Zordon sacrificed
Yeah.
his life
Exactly.
essence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So how can she be
100%.
evil again if she
Exactly.
can't be? And she
Yeah.
also, again, she was that white mother thing, and she
Yeah.
led her own ranger. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It has to be in an alternate universe.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, talking about former Rangers, Rose McIver, who was, I think, was it the Yellow Ranger in RPM?
I don't know. I don't remember the
Um,
names of anybody from any other season other than up to Turbo.
Oh, that
Yeah.
also
Well,
also.
she
Oh, go ahead.
went on to be the main character in iZombie, so she was
Oh,
technically
really?
dead, narratively speaking.
Oh wow.
That was a good
Yeah.
show.
Also, one of the
Yeah.
Pink Rangers, I think in space, didn't she die? On like the first Power Rangers ever to die on screen. They brought her
No.
back in the finale, but she
Mm.
died.
I didn't know that.
They killed her. Like that was the first death of a Power Ranger. I don't think they ever did it again. They only did it once because she had cancer.
Oh,
That's why she had to leave
wow. That's
immediately.
that's
Also,
sad.
Damn.
you want to know? You want to know a weird thing? You know, there was a clone of Tommy, right? Who
Yeah,
stayed in the past,
yeah,
and essentially Tommy Oliver is his own grandfather or great grandfather.
yeah. Well,
That's why he's able to do martial arts in the Wild Wild West. There wasn't martial arts back then.
Yeah, I mean that's a theory that I've heard for a long time. I don't
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy into it, but that's a funny thing to think about. That's like a Marty McFly type of
It's Fry from Futurama being his
Yeah,
own
exactly.
grandfather. That's creepy.
exactly. Yeah,
Or
Yeah, that was a cool
an even
story
better
about
reference
that.
would be Lister from Red Dwarf.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
He's his own father.
oh no.
Yeah.
So Tommy technically had a time paradox.
Yeah. Well, the Lord of Illusions, he cloned Tommy and made him evil, and then the real Tommy turned him good again, and they went into the past, and that's
Well,
where he lived.
That's how we got the White Ranger versus Green Ranger fight, right? If I'm
Yeah.
Oh,
remembering
and that was
Yeah.
pretty
correctly.
cool.
Yeah,
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I remember Bulk and Skull was trying to cut a piece of Tommy's hair, and they were just
Yeah.
messing up. Oh man, yeah. Bulk and Skull was a great foil on that show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were.
Yeah, they sure
Yeah.
were.
How did they shot that? They must have had to hire the Japanese crew to like shoot the costumes, like to get the green outfit and the white outfit, or maybe they had to do it right then and there and just get the actual green costume.
Yeah, that too.
Nope.
The only thing what gets me with this one is when Tommy the clone, the one that's green, aka summons the other Rangers, and they all turn up and say, "Hey, Tommy, what's wrong?"
Yeah.
and all that. But he's all dressed up in green.
Yeah,
Where they always
Yeah.
dress up in
Yeah.
the color
Yes.
of their Ranger. Thinking of it now, is like, wouldn't you say, "Hang on, why are you wearing green?"
yeah,
Yeah, that's a plot hole.
Yeah.
I think originally he was supposed to either be disguised as the white outfit, and then they knew, or the original scene was he was gonna call as in the white suit, like the actual Tommy, not the clone one.
yeah.
But they messed it up. Seban messed it up, and they caused a continuity error. on
Yes.
themselves.
Wow.
That's what I mean. It's like, hang on, you would probably instantly say, "You're not the right Tommy," like, or
Yeah,
"Why
Tommy
are you
doesn't
wearing
wear green anymore. You're an imposter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he took green out of his closet. He burned it all.
Yeah, he dyed his white suit, put the gold shield over it, and
Yep.
wanted to be green again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's
now-
what I actually find funny as well, because even if you watch, if you go back to season 1 with their parents and that, the parents are wearing the same colors as their kids would be wearing as Power
Yeah,
Rangers.
little hints. Yeah,
Yeah,
little.
it's silly, but that's for
yeah.
kids. You know, you have to.
Mhm.
Oh, he must be Tommy's dad because he's wearing
Exactly.
a green T-shirt.
Yeah. And take a look at this one, fellas. Wild West, where
Yeah.
another multi-episode of time travel event, where Kimberly is forced into the past by Zed and Goldar in their order to try to defeat the Rangers while divided. here in the lucky for her, she ran into ancestors of her friends and to those of Bulk and Skull who were really hilarious in this one.
Yes.
I mean, a water rod, and for him to go moving the big stick around and then crash into a bathtub of cold water. Oh my god, that was so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that episode.
You know
Yeah.
what would have been cool if they would have gotten Tom Wilson to dress like his Mad Dog Tannen thing from Part 3. Even though I'm not a big fan of 3.
Totally.
I thought 2 was better than 3, but
Yeah.
if you wanted to make an Easter egg reference to Back to the Future 3,
Yeah.
what are you, chicken?
Yep.
You yellow.
Yeah.
You yellow
Yeah,
belly.
Three was reaching. I love 1. 2's okay, but 3 was like, really? I mean,
They
still a
only
good movie,
made
but
3
just-
because they shot too much footage for 2. That's the only
Oh.
reason. And they
Okay.
had to make it, for budget reasons, they have to explain to the studio executives, why did you shoot so much footage and waste so much money? So they had to shoot most of 3 later, after the fact. So that's why 3 exists. But I'm like, 2 was better. 3
Yeah.
just felt
I
like it
makes
really
was
like
necessary.
2 is iconic. 1 is just because
is
it's
great.
1.
Yeah.
But 2 is cool with all the special effects back then that were like top notch. There was the big giant shark that comes down in the middle of town.
Mhm.
Like back then, that was like whoa. But
That was
And if
pretty
you want to
cool.
feel really
Yeah.
old, we
Yeah.
have overshot the time that was supposed to be in.
Yes,
I know.
We don't have
2015.
any of that shit.
I know. You remember all the memes about the exact date, and they were like, and we still don't have a hoverboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know,
This is
right?
past 2015, and I want my hoverboard. I don't want that Segway without the stick.
I agree. I want my hoverboard too.
Yeah, like
I
it would have been.
I want my hoverboard and my Dick Tracy watch that can do FaceTime.
Yep.
That's all I
Yeah.
want.
I mean, modern smartwatches aren't that far off.
Yeah, but they haven't
Close.
done it yet.
It's close, but not
Close.
there. Not there
Close,
yet.
but not there.
Yeah.
It would have been cool though if we had, Tom Wilson and what's his name, Christopher Lloyd make a cameo appearance in this episode of Power Rangers.
Oh man.
Yeah.
They did it in
Oh,
the
man.
Thousand Ways in the Wild West, that Seth MacFarlane movie. They had Django and
Yep.
Doc Brown. I'm like, come on, you could have done this in the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
And
I
then you could have
forgot
had the
about that
time
movie.
machine. They could have used the DeLorean train to go back.
I know.
Yeah.
It would have been
We still
awesome.
have railroads. Come on back.
Where we don't need no railroads.
we don't need a railroad.
Where we go, we don't need no railroad.
Yep.
And that's how the Rangers would have came back into the present or the future for
that would have
for
been
them.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I like the fact that their only real disguise here is sort of wearing a bit of a scarf around the neck. And that's supposed to make them sufficiently cowboy enough.
Oh yeah.
They should have put a cowboy hat. They should have had a red, blue, pink, black, yellow cowboy
would've been
hats.
cool.
I didn't even recognize those were Power Rangers. I thought those were just cowboys.
Yeah.
And they should have
Yeah,
worn
yeah.
like a vest too, like a cowboy vest.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
fit with it.
And some spurs
Yeah.
on their
Yeah,
boots.
and and cowboy
Yeah.
boots, cowboy
Yeah.
boots too. They
Yeah.
would have fit right in the
Yeah.
West.
Yep.
It's
Too
just
much
the budget. They're like,
is
we're not
better.
spending money on this.
Yeah.
Yep. They're like, nah, just give them tiny scarves.
Yeah,
It's
just give them a
fine.
bandana. Nobody's gonna care. Just give them a
Yeah.
holster for their weapons.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
See,
Kimberly came
season
back.
2 was awesome.
Yeah, Kimberly came back with some souvenirs of the Old West. And gosh, I can't believe. Man, it was such funny. Yeah, the Bulk and Skull ancestors were funny. But now we have. Yeah.
I'm surprised that none of the Power Rangers took some like pieces of gold nuggets because those things would have been more valuable.
Oh
And
God, yeah.
they would have been
Yeah.
rich
I
if
would.
they would have taken some gold and silver from the past.
But then Zordon would have been like, "Send it back."
And then the Rangers like, no, this would
Yeah.
help our future
Yep.
family to college and shit. No.
Someone's got one smuggled in their suit.
See, this
Yeah.
is why I would have gone straight back to Rita. I'd be like, yes, like dump the other guy, take me as your husband, and rule over these bloody Rangers. No worries.
Isn't that what happened with Tommy in the comics? He was Lord Draken. He basically
Yes.
married Rita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He in an
Well,
alternate
no.
dark timeline.
Well, he
Yeah,
didn't.
Zordon would just be
he didn't-
like,
He didn't
Power
marry
Rangers,
her.
you've diluted the timeline. And you're like, well, it fucking happens in other timelines, so who gives a shit?
No,
What was that, Theta?
Tommy didn't marry her. He just never changed over to the good side. He eventually took over Rita's powers, and
Yeah, he stole her power.
and then he went to another dimension and stole the White Ranger power and morphed them together, and that's how. And eventually he became like this all powerful. There's like a black version of his costume, but yeah. He became like one of the most powerful Rangers ever.
It's so weird because Tommy is like, he's
The
like the
smart
Power
one.
Rangers version of the Green Lantern. If you think about it, he's literally he was Parallax.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
true.
literally Parallax.
Yeah,
He was Hal
yeah.
Jordan.
yeah. Funny enough, that's my favorite DC character, by the way.
They both wore green / white in their costumes, and they both
Yeah.
turned evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was
Yep.
Parallax and the Spectre.
Oh yeah, the Spectre as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Same again, green and white.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Very cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
Also, wasn't it weird that there was like a weird alien Power Ranger team? Not the ones in space, but like the
Aquatar.
brain. Yeah, they were like
The
Why-
water Rangers.
yeah. Again, they ran out of footage.
Yeah,
They ran out of
Yeah.
footage again.
exactly.
/ a lot of the members of
Again.
the team got injured, so
Yeah.
we have to use these new Power Rangers team.
Yeah, exactly. And
Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers.
and then in the lore, Billy goes and marries one of them. And
Yeah,
goes,
well,
goes-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know why that happened, right? That's because they fired Billy, or he got fired or
Yeah.
a pay dispute.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I know.
So that was their way of writing off Billy.
yeah. Billy,
Yeah,
Billy was originally the smart
Billy
one.
was always the smart one with the rad bug and everything. I mean, he was the one.
Mhm.
He built the communicators.
He also remade the power for them to transform again, the Morphin.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean the guy
Which
was an
was-
electrical engineer basically.
Yeah,
he was
which is very
awesome.
funny because like Billy was smart, but with the Ranger stuff, that's meant to be like really high tech stuff. But-
Exactly.
and he comes along and he just rebuilds pretty much everything. It's
Yeah.
like,
he understood
what
Yeah.
the fuck?
it. Within a week, he understood everything about the Morphin grid, and he could do everything. It was awesome.
And he
Yeah,
would
he's like,
actually-
oh, alien technology, extra dimensional technology, no
Yeah.
problem, mate. Just
Yeah.
give me a weekend.
Got it.
Right.
I'm just a high school kid, but I can understand all this.
You know
Yeah,
what
I'm
would
a
have
high
been
school
cool?
kid that looks 35. No problem.
You know what would have been cool? Like Zordon sacrificed himself, right? But enough power where he could still be alive, but he has to merge with one of the Rangers. Billy's like, no, we're gonna merge together. That way I could be smarter. And I can know
Right.
more about like technology and alien life. Like he
Yeah.
would have been the smartest character in the series, Billy, if he did that.
And the thing is, though, Zordon would be like, any other volunteers? Tommy?
Everybody's like, no, we're good. We don't.
Billy was the one who actually found the White Ranger as well. Like found out that they
Yeah.
were making it as well. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's just watching. Is like, oh, wicked! I now know how to make my own bloody Ranger easily.
Yep.
It would have been disturbing because you imagine if one of the dudes besides Billy did it, like say Tommy. Like Tommy's like hooking up with this hot chick. Oh, by the way, we're making love, sweetheart. We're going more for them, and she's screaming like, "What the hell is this? Yeah, Tommy."
Bear in
No,
mind
I
as
am
well, though, that
Zordon. I can make love to you now.
Billy also independently built a flying car
Exactly, the
that
rat
had
bug.
nothing to do with
Yeah.
Power Ranger technology.
They could go something like, what, 1,000 in 5 seconds or something like that.
Yeah. He just did that in a garage.
Yeah, he
This
is a
fucker's
smart
Tony
dude.
Stark.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Yeah.
I created
the
an
original-
anti-gravity vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah. He did it
Wow.
all with a box of scraps.
Can you imagine if he made a mech suit? Like, if they lost their morphers, he could have made them a mech suit to fight. Like, basically
He
like a
would've just done it.
Guyver
He's
or
like
an
Tony
Iron
Stark,
Man-esque.
yeah.
Yeah, like a Tony Stark suit or like a Guyver anime suit with the Power Ranger colors on them. And they would have continued fighting evil. It would have been
Yeah.
great.
Give it 10
Wouldn't
years,
need
they
the
wouldn't have
morphers.
needed the morphing grid at all.
Yeah,
It'd
they
be like,
wouldn't.
nah, I figured all this shit out. It's cool.
Yeah.
Earth
Yeah,
is safe forever now.
Yeah. In this final episode of the second season.
That would have
right.
blown everyone away. Like
Yeah.
Billy?
Yeah.
Billy came out on top? Damn.
Yeah, Zed tried to get a hold of the Rangers morphers by using a fake version of Billy, in which he created out of the statue, to try to get them. But eventually, they caught on to his suspicion, and they panicked. And Billy was able to escape captivity and got the morpher back. And they were able to subdue the phony right away, just before confronting one of Zeg's monsters that he created out of well, Tommy's clay thing, and then they had to destroy it. In the end, Tommy was able to apologize to his crush at school, and she forgave him. And of course, much like every episode, it ends with the comedy out of these two jesters. Bulk and Skull.
They're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they were comedy gold for the show.
Man, it's good that they
Yeah.
changed along with the show as well.
Yeah, because if they just
Like
would have
just
stayed being
beforehand.
high school bullies,
Mm.
that would have been weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would have been really like that. Bulk Skull. You know, we're not in high school anymore, right?
I mean,
we're,
I know-
we're
I
in
know
college
adults.
now.
I know adults that are still bullies, and I'm like, man, you just never left that mindset. They're just
Yeah, like
Yeah, it'd be
they're,
like,
they're
Bulk,
they're bullying
you're
high school kids.
45 and you've got 3 kids and a job. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
blowing
they're
spitballs
bullying
at their
kids in college and in high school. They got
Yeah.
free entry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, aren't you a little bit too old to be bullied? Aren't you a little bit too old for your mom? You see, that's what I'm saying, Bulk and Skull.
Exactly.
You're too old for this shit.
Yeah.
We're in college. We're not in high school anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, and also, we don't know you. Go
Yeah.
away, old man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, that was fun, guys. I have to go and join
Yeah.
up with Cypex now, but thanks again for joining. We'll be sure to regroup for season 3
Awesome.
next.
Thank you for
which
having
will
me.
be-
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah.
in January, though. I got other
Hey guys,
stuff to take care of.
it was fun. By the way, this was a
Good.
good talk.
Yeah.
But one
Yeah,
more thing to do
as
before
always.
we wrap up. Just got to check the poll. Yeah,
Propaganda.
the
That
vote.
sounds solid.
Yeah, according to the votes right here, we have 5 votes, and most of them are leaning towards Amy Jo Johnson.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. My
Yep.
girl.
Yep.
The poll of what the most attractive Power Ranger chick in
Yeah.
the series.
Yeah.
The one that I would marry in a heartbeat.
Hi, Malty. Yeah,
Amy Jo. Yeah.
I figure we can try and get her to join us next year on
Yeah.
on the final Wednesday of January.
Nice. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do
Well,
some-
look, she is down for anything that comes to nerd culture because she did do D&D. Power
Yep.
Rangers.
She when she was making her first movie, I donated to it, and she sent me a video message thanking me for supporting her project.
Oh, really?
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool to hear
Very cool.
from her. So
And-
she's awesome. She's,
And the cool thing about that was, the D&D thing was that she reprised her role as Kimberly. It wasn't even a different character. She was the same Pink Ranger.
Yeah.
And they didn't
that's
have
wonderful.
to do that.
yeah.
She could have been a new character. She could have been like a female version of Zordon,
No,
and nobody would have cared.
Yeah,
They're like,
but
no, this is a continuation to the Mighty Morphin
exactly.
series.
She's got to live on the legacy, man. She was the original Pink Ranger, and she'll always be the Pink Ranger in my heart.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They should do a TV series like that where she essentially is like Billy in Billy's place,
Yeah.
where she leads her own team of Power Rangers
Well,
for
she does
whatever
that
reason.
in the comic. Yeah, she has her own comic. What is it? The Pink Initiative or something like that. She wrote it with somebody else, but
Yeah.
it's all about her and her team.
That's
Very very cool stuff. All right, everybody. Thank you for having us, Sergeant Gary.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Cheers,
And
mate.
folks,
That's good talk.
remember, like, share, and subscribe if you're new.
Yeah,
Indeed.
and like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment after the stream is over. It helps the channel so much if you leave a comment after the stream is over.
Yep.
The YouTube algorithm. So please do that, everybody. And if y'all aren't following me on X, follow me at Theta of the Grid, no spaces, and we'll do another Power Ranger thing on my channel if y'all want.
Nice. Okay.
All right, man.
Cool.
Because I want to give some love to Jason David Frank. That's been the whole
Yeah.
point of my channel for a while. So I
Sure
want
to
to.
have me on too. I like to.
Oh, dude, of course. That's
Dude, if I
can
could get an invite on that, because David, he was awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was awesome. I don't care what anybody says.
I got to meet him twice. I got to because I was a magician for a while, and after his first pro MMA fight, I performed some card tricks for him, and I got him to sign a deck of cards for me, and I have a picture with him and everything.
Nice.
He was he hurt his back during his pro MMA fight, but he was still so nice. He was still so awesome. I have nothing but good things to say about him. So
That's damn cool, man.
yeah, so follow me on X, and I'll follow you right back, and we'll get to get we'll
Let
we'll-
me get it for you.
we'll message each other up, and
Cool.
we'll plan on a time when we can talk about some Jason David Frank stories and stuff.
Best believe I'll be there. Doesn't matter what time.
I'll
Yeah.
join
I'll be
Theta
there.
if you invite me. That's all I'm going to say about
Yep.
that.
Of course, yeah, I'm
Yep.
gonna invite all y'all, and I'll probably invite Crimson Shadow too, and anybody else that's Power Ranger related.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about tonight, guys. I go to sometimes I go to these veteran meetups, and we meet up at a diner, and we just we do our
Oh,
we just talk shit out, and trying to get home was just a mess. So sorry I was late. But thank
Dude,
you for having me.
dude, I was late too, so don't worry about it.
Okay,
So was I.
Yeah.
You know what
I
they say? It's
completely
better
forgot
late
what the
than
time
never,
was.
right? It's
Yeah,
better late than
but the White
never.
Ranger
Yeah.
wasn't. White
It's
Ranger
better to
was
show
on.
up at the party late than never be at the party at all, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
We were fashionably late.
There you go.
All right. May the power protect you all, and I'll see you all sometime soon. Message me,
Yep.
and I will message y'all right back.
Cool.
Thanks.
All
Aye.
right.
Likewise.
Take care.
Yes. Take
All right.
care, Theta, and have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
You as well.
About to wrap up and take flight.
All right.
Adios.
Take care, everybody. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.